What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. Today, I am joined by a very special person who plays a lot of decks that honestly really speak to me personally on a level. I am joined today by Liam Holden. Now, you see that Liam Holden is on the screen, but what didn't fit on the screen was Champion of the People, because there is not that many letters that I can put in that little name box, unfortunately. Liam, how are you, dog?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me on. How are you?
Dude, I'm good. I'm doing well. Dude, thanks for being here, man. I know we were trying to work this out. We got about 5 or 6 hours between us, so we were trying to work out the time difference, but I'm glad we were able to put this together.
Yeah, me too.
So Lyath is a very unique hero. Like, just kind of jumping in and talking about Lyath, like he's a very unique hero. The first like natural 5 intellect hero, like actual 5 intellect hero, not like cheating with cards off the top of your deck and stuff like that. But has a really weak hero ability. So it feels like it can be tough to kind of make it happen sometimes, with trying to like pump up and do some stuff. But 5 cards is a lot to block with. So, I mean, just kind of tell me, like, what was the original thought when you thought about playing like Fatigue Lyath, or just like this block them down strategy with Titan's Fist? Where did this idea come from?
Originally, it was played in a battle hardened in Poland, and I just caught wind of it. It made the top 8, so it just hit stream, and that's when I'd always Life was always an interesting hero to me, but I just never went and did it myself. And then I seen that as inspiration. I was like, I can do this better. So I took the deck list, and just started innovating on what cards I thought it were weak in, improving it. And then originally I got to a basis where I was playing like 9 little Bigfoots, because it was just like everything was like 3 cost or more because you're playing Titan's Fist. Sending 9 at your opponent when they decide to try and set up on you was just kind of funny. Yeah. I was just enjoying the play patterns with 5 intellect. I went and won the very first LL points on Lyath, which was really fucking cool. I really enjoyed that. And then I just started iterating it from there and just like adapting it. And then this is the version you're looking at was the latest version I took to a calling.
Okay. So, dude, honestly, I love it. That was calling Rotterdam, right?
Yes, it was.
Where you managed to go 6-1 day 1, if I remember correctly, and then I think day 2 had a little bit of a rougher go. Dave the Pyro, who hangs out all the time, was telling me that he got a message from you, and you were saying that you made a couple of mistakes, you felt like, and there were a couple of just some bad beats along the way during day 2.
It was every loss I put to myself, which is a good place to be. It shows that even though I've got hundreds of reps in this deck and hero already, there's still like minute decisions I can be making that improves my win percentages.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I lost to Rhinar, which is an incredibly hard matchup, but also really fun because prevention and blocking up front before intimidate is an interesting dynamic when they're like attack you with Savage Feast, like cracking off an agility, so they're like intim, and you're like, cool, I'm gonna play a withstand and put it on the stack. Then they intim a blue, and then they follow up with a swing big, and you're like, cool, another like Bear Fang's like, cool, I'm just gonna play steadfast. I'm like, your intimidate didn't actually matter. I still managed to block 12, but I made a mistake by not arsenaling a overcrowded, which would have won me the game.
Okay.
Because he intimidated my double. He basically discarded his entire deck because he had 2 cards left to intimidate my last 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had the overcrowded in my hand, it would have blocked 4, and I would have lived on 1. And then he wouldn't have been able to kill me anymore.
So if you had arsenaled it would have been safe from intimidate.
Yeah, so it's one of those like it's like so small, but yet it's massive in the grand scheme of winning the game or not losing the game.
No, that makes a lot of sense. You were talking about, the first LL points. You actually got a shout out last night on stream. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but pretty early on in the coverage, they were like, the first Lyath to get LL points, and I'm sitting in my bed. It's like 1:45 in the morning, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy. Like,
that's what I was like this morning. Unfortunately, I don't think I would have liked it if he would have remembered my name, but he didn't know my name. But it was just a guy in the UK, and I'm like, that's me. I'm taking it.
Listen, man, at least you got the recognition, right?
Hmm.
So we talked about, Rotterdam, where you managed to go 6-1, but last night, or sorry, I guess wherever you are in the world, it was last night for me, it might have been yesterday for you. Somebody has thankfully hit me with the name Never Ending. Thank you so much. G Tim Lee managed to go 6-1, playing what I feel like is an extremely similar list to what you were looking at. Like, I've seen a lot, like when I was watching the game, I was seeing a lot of the same cards. And they also managed to go 6-1, surrounded by marionettes and victors. How cool would it be to see like this, like maybe a different iteration of the deck, but still like a Fatigue Lyath go the distance and actually win the calling in Jakarta?
You're probably asking the wrong person, because I wanted it to be me, and I failed in Rotterdam. I really, really wanted it to be me. So I hope he does well, but not well enough to give me time to finally go and run and do it again.
You know what? Honestly, I appreciate the honesty in that response, dude.
That's all I am. Straightforward and honest. I can't not be.
No, I love it. I love it. Shout out though, on a side note, the 170 at Calling Jakarta was my boy Jason playing Victor. You love to see it. Jason, represent, dude. So when we talk about Fatigue Lyath, like from Super Slam, there's been some new tools added and things like that. And we've even seen the new Maul coming, the new Lion Claw Maul or whatever it's called, coming out in Omens of the Third Age, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I kind of want to talk about Lyath's matchup spread. Like if you were to, like, what are a couple of matchups that you really look forward to playing against, and what are a couple of matchups that maybe are a little awkward and you don't really want to play against?
We'll start with the bad matchups, because they are probably Syndra, Fi, Teklevossen, and Tough Nut are
Okay.
like the four decks that come to mind for the bad matchups, because Tough Nut, Rock, anti-prevention. This deck has a lot of prevention effects because we can't play defense reactions because of our passive hero ability.
Mm-hmm.
Syndra and Fi. I know the Lyath team did beat Syndra, but I think that was a missed sideboard by the looks of the deck. There was only like one blue card.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when the Syndra is aware and they can start to like loop Kunai in the end game, it's like 1-1, flick, buyback, 1-1. It's very, very like oppressive. So you kind of have to find ways to kill them rather than fatigue them. Fi, the same thing. It's hard to fatigue Phoenix Flame constantly coming in with Shuko 2-2-2. And then Teklevossen is like the best anti-fatigue deck in the game, because Iron Man just blasts you into smithereens.
Yep.
It might be possible to fatigue Teklevossen if they're not on. What's the item called that on hit puts it back into their deck?
Item. Oh. Lord, I haven't played that since Bright Lights draft, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's an item that's like an action, put a counter on it, and then it's got an attack reaction. Remove a counter on hit, put the card to the bottom of your deck. If they don't play that card, it might be possible to keep your life total high enough to survive the onslaught of Iron Man hitting you in the face.
Okay.
But I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's quite there. So they're the four bad matchups. If you want
Cognition
some good
nodes.
matchups,
Chat is chat's helping us out.
Thank you. Good matchups. This is where which is why I think the deck is where it comes into why it's so good right now. Is Acilio. Fantastic matchup.
Okay.
I think Mario is a fantastic matchup. And then you're very good into the random stuff that's in the. You're actually really good into Huntsman, which is surprising.
Okay, I did not see that coming.
But you're good into the other stuff that's like you're the random Dories, the Boltons, the like. I don't find Jarl a problem unless it was like Ultra Fatigue Jarl with playing like Heart of Ice and Sledge.
Okay.
Maybe that's a problem, but I think from my testing, when they're on Shield Beater or Small Hammer. I've just never had a problem with Jarl, so you're like 50-50 into Victor, and just a lot of other good matchups.
So tell me about 50-50 into Victor, because don't get me wrong, I would never say I've done a lot of extensive Lyath testing as a Victor player. It's not a matchup I'm really like looking to play a lot of games against, but my natural reaction is that Victor has remembrance in a state, so if you're playing fatigue, like we're able to like loop it and set up, and clashing against a normal Lyath is not bad, but against your version of the deck, it actually can be pretty awkward for Victor. So walk me through why Victor versus Lyath is a 50-50 from the Lyath POV.
So I think the reason why it's 50-50 is because there's two versions of Victor. There is the more aggressive version that plays like a couple of copies of Zealous, a play set of E-Strikes, maybe some Rouse the Ancients.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is Ultra Fatigue Victor, which is on like all the defense reactions, Fiddler's Greens, and then like 3 Remembrances with like Joe trying to loop Goldmane estates.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes, from my testing, it takes around 7 Goldmane estates to actually kill Lyath through all his ridiculousness. And that's including winning your trounces, your test the strengths, that kind of stuff. Or if you're on the Ultra Fatigue version, it's the high current currency to take off your tunic counter when it's on 2.
Yep.
So, believe it or not, versus Fatigue Victor, I have an Iron Rock chess piece because it's just tunic. If I go first, I will tick it up to 3, and it's never moving unless I need it for an emergency, and then I'm just not taking it up for the rest of the game. But you have Gravekeeping to target estates, so you don't get so the remembrances are harder to loop their estates, and you have Ripple Away if they line up with. Obviously, rippling away in a gold, which then takes away might, but then takes away mites across the whole time they play estates. The value is insane, and if you can keep it low enough, you can actually get there. So I think the only way to beat me is like 7+ Goldmane estates or a massive hammer. It sledges really hard to fatigue.
Okay. No, I like it. That makes a lot of sense, and like the Gravekeeping. That is like a pretty powerful blue against Victor that has been recently incorporated into a lot of decks that are like trying to beat the like fatigue slop Victor that's just literally trying to pitch riches and play Goldmane estates to try and set up a stack of gold. So
ridiculous.
It is an interesting version of the deck. I have to admit, it is my least favorite version of Victor. I do not like it. I understand why people play it, but I want to play Victor. Like I want to be clashing and I want to be attacking you, and like it's just the way I like to play the game. Like aggressive Guardians are so much fun. So we've talked about some of the matchup spreads. We've kind of talked about how the deck came about. I want to jump into the deck. I want to give everybody a chance to see your list and to kind of just explore the deck a little bit. By the way, if you are watching at home and you would like to see Liam's deck, ! Deck is in the chat. That'll get you a link to it. The list that we are going to look at and play here today. I made a copy of it, so Liam's not stuck forever keeping his lists and stuff like that. But but yeah, let's jump in and let's talk about the deck, because I want everybody to see what we're talking about. First off, Monster, thank you so much for the 10 months of Prime over on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you. Let's update our goal here. Liam, in case you do not know, during the month of May, I am doing a subathon where if we get to 500 subs, chat gets to pick my deck for U.S. Nationals.
You're crazy.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting thing. People have been pretty excited about it. It's been pretty fun.
How deep are you going? Are you just let them pick the hero and then you build the deck? Or is chat picking the 80 cards that you're taking to the tournament?
So here is the plan. The plan is that I am going to pick 3 deck. Like I'm going to let the Discord vote on the hero. I'm going to post a poll with all of the heroes. And then whatever hero gets picked, I'm going to let my Discord submit 3 deck lists that we can, like, we'll pick like 3 of the deck lists there. And then I'm going to let my team submit a deck list for the hero. And then I'm going to let chat submit a deck list while I'm live one night. And we're going to put those 5 in a poll in Discord, and chat's going to vote on those 5. So I'm not even picking the cards in my deck.
You are crazy.
I agree. It is some psycho stuff that we are going to be doing. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, please God, just somebody pick Lyath and submit Liam's Lyath deck so that I can play this at Nationals.
Time to pack that for the call-in on Saturday.
Oh man, I know, right? I know. I've already laughed about that. I told my wife Carly, I was like, it doesn't really matter what it is, because like if I scrub out, like the calling is sealed in Minneapolis, so I'm like, I'm kind of just hanging out playing sealed if it doesn't work out. So all right. So let's start with the deck here. Let's start with the equipment. Lyath is kind of like pinpointed into playing some unique equipment based off the hero ability and how it works. The first one that I want to talk about that really stands out is Ironhide Gauntlet. Ironhide Gauntlet is something I have not seen in a long time, brother. So walk me through how we got to this.
Originally, in my original RTN version, I was playing 3 copies of Hungry for More and Attention Grabbers. So the arm slot was actually like, it made sense. Attention Grabber is the best arm piece in life, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I think the cards you have to run for it just don't quite gel well enough in the fatigue list.
Okay.
The Hungry for More blocking 1 when your hand becomes red is ridiculously bad. And then you can't. I also used to run a version that used to run Leave 'em Hanging, which is really cool in fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Hammering for 7 instead of 3 or 4 is really cool, or 8. But then I was finding that Leave 'em Hangings were being really awkward. So I was like, well, this is not working anymore. So what arm piece can I run? And then there was just like Blade Beckoner. I was like, Ironhide fits the cost curve sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes your Oasis, Rampart, you can Gauntlet, you can fit it in however you want. You can block your entire hand and tunic the Gauntlet. There's loads of different variations where it just fits into the cost curve. And obviously at 0 base it can't get halved. It's always blocks 2. It's good versus Dominate, good versus Overpower. So I was just like, this is probably the best I can come up with. Unyielding Grip was another one I was
okay.
like playing around with, but I was like, so often I'm not dumping my hand and then finding room to block. Like, I wish I had against Reiner, don't get me wrong, but it's probably not good enough. So I was like, this is just the best we can settle with.
No, it makes sense. And the fact that the 1 cost resource does not hurt your curve, when you're trying to fit into that defensive game plan, does make a lot of sense. Unyielding Grip was one I hadn't considered, but man, if you could have made that work, that would be a really cool upgrade from Compendium of Wraith.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, because obviously you're so preventive. Like you put a lot of cards sideways, a lot of preventions. You can clear your hand to make it work, but it's then like I'm giving up a hammer swing to make my arms finally block, where I can just make this fit easier. Like I did kind of like the Stonewall Gauntlet idea from the guy on stream in Jakarta, but that's one I'll probably go and test and see if it's better than is Stonewall Gauntlet blocking 2 occasionally and blocking 1 occasionally better than always guaranteed pain for 2?
Okay.
Is the question.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Ian, thank you so much for 7 months over on YouTube, dog. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. We will add another one to the tally here. We are getting closer to 500, and as much as I'm excited, I'm also scared. All right. Quelling Slippers. This I love the foiling art on these. Like the quelling foil art is just so cool. It makes sense to me, but man, I gotta tell you, it feels like you were reaching deep in the bag to find this one.
I was like, surely I can play Quick Dog Flexes and it buffs the base. So you're never paying 2, you're always paying 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Quelling Slippers is the same as Flexes. Essentially. But instead, I get to do it in damage and not in reactions.
Okay.
So, like, when, if you block for 4 on a leave no witnesses, and a huntsman decides to seek a kunai, and he's holding a cut to the chase, so he wants to arsenal it, or if you're going to block again, he goes over it, you're like, cool, I'll pass. And he goes, okay, I'll pass, you take 1. They're like, no, in damage, I get the quelling slippers. And then they get no response window on their turn ends. It's good versus flick knives against Syndra, against Mario.
Okay.
Because it's damage. I just like the fact that I get to do it in after reaction, so you can't then try and punk me with another reaction. It's good versus wide chain, so it is just basically flexes, just in a better window, but blocks for half, basically, because we can't play flexes in this deck.
So the ability to block for 1 past the reaction window has provided a lot of value as opposed to just using flexors.
Yep.
Oh, dude, awesome. I love it. Rampart, I think, is pretty straightforward for a lot of people. Titan's Fist is pretty straightforward for a lot of people. Two-Faced is a really cool upgrade for Lyath from Compendium of Wraith, almost like a Thoughtseize style effect from Magic the Gathering, if you ever played Magic or not. But this card seems like a powerhouse.
I think this card is just Lyath's version of Face Purgatory, but instead of putting 2 cards on the combat chain as well, I get to make you draw a card and pick the most powerful card out of your hand, or the card that's going to screw your turn. So, me having the choice on the discard is, I think, super relevant, and I think this card alone is the main reason why the Acilio matchup is so favoured for you.
Okay.
Because Two-Face sits there the entire game until their combo turn. They gun in a flash you, they crack their chest piece, they crack their boots. It's go time. The next time they play gun in a flash, you put your Two-Faced in front of it. They will decide whether or not if they want to respond to it. They draw a card, and then you take their spell. So they have to pitch stack 2 spells in order for their Volzar to gain a lot of value.
Ooh, okay.
Obviously, if they have Mind Warp and a Consign, you can't help it. Then you just take the card that's going to cause you the most problems.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like a defense action, so they can't bounce it and fizzle the effect. If they bounce, they've gone in a flash with an instant, and I will just take your gun in a flash.
Right.
So it's kind of like a check in chess. It's like, I'm going to move towards I'm going to put my queen targeting your king, and it's like, I want to choose which way you move as well. Because it's like, I'm going to take your only spell, I'm going to take your gun in flash, I'm going to take the most powerful instant. If they've got 2 spells, you just take the biggest one, like Etchings, because then it stops them getting another instant to then bounce. This card's so powerful.
Yeah, this seems like one, anytime there's a specific discard effect, I'm always like, okay, this is probably going to be a pretty powerful effect. I have 2 very fun stories about this card. I was playing Victor against a normal Lyath online one night, and they blocked with a Two-Faced and took the pummel for my hand. And then I'm stuck with a headbutt. I don't want to arsenal, and I'm like, well, shit, this sucks. This is awful. And so that really felt bad. A few days later, in the same week, I'm playing against a different Lyath. They block with a Two-Face, draw me into a second pummel. I'm now holding 2 pummels with Command and Conquer on the stack, and I have Tunic up. So I have got to live both sides of the Two-Face coin. It's kind of funny.
Oh, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away.
Truth. We are playing card games after all.
I had one yesterday against Victor, where I Two-Faced him, and then he remembranced in response to the Two-Face that was already in his hand. So and put 3 cards back in his deck, shuffled it, and the next card that I drew with the Two-Face was Remembrance. So I decided to put his second copy of Remembrance in the bin.
Oh, that's hilarious. I bet he was very sad about that. I know I would have.
Yeah, I don't think the game lasted much longer after that.
That checks out. That tracks. I believe you. Oh, all right. So we've talked about some of the equipment. We have some other equipment we'll talk about in the sideboard, but this is our base equipment. Let's talk about some of the meat of the deck. So Blessing of Serenity. I mean, this is basically just a Lyath's version of a 3-block, but it's kind of cool because it's an instant. So you have these interesting windows where your opponent may think you're not blocking, but you actually have plans to block.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's just a 3-block. I don't have to use my hero ability on. I can wait to find out more information, and I can just get to do it in the reaction step, which might screw over my opponent's decision making.
For sure. Absolutely. I really wish this card did not have the physical damage sign on it, because, man, preventing 3 arcane damage with this card, oh, I wish so bad. So bad.
That's called steadfast. We'll get to that.
I was like, we have that in here too. Okay. Now, Command and Conquer is not a card that we see all the time in Lyath. In fact, I feel like your version of the deck has almost kind of popularized it. Walk me through how you arrived at Command and Conquer.
So during the original RTM version, I was just playing Little Bigfoots, and they were great for damage, but they weren't really like disrupting my opponent. And I think I needed just a little bit of extra juice to disrupt my opponent, to make it a little bit easier to block, force cards on the combat chain. Terra Summer wasn't just enough. So then I was just thinking about Command and Conquer, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it to one of my good friends, George. I was like, "Is Command and Conquer for 4, because it's 3 with a might token, just good enough to run in the deck?" And we came to the conclusion, yes, it just is. Command and Conquer with 4 power is just good enough. And then that's when Liar's Charm started to become into the deck as well. I was like, so Liar's Charm, for people that don't know, is a card that you can target your opponent and target yourself. So there's a lot of times in reactions, I was sending a Command and Conquer for 4 and having a Liar's Charm in my arsenal. They were blocking 4 thinking they were safe. And then you Liar's Charm in the reaction step by turning yourself off and sending it back into a 7-powered Command and Conquer, and then blowing up your opponent's arsenal and getting a piece of armor and a card at the same time. So yeah, it was good enough at 4, and making it 7 was cheeky.
No, dude, like, it makes so much sense. I don't remember where I saw it for the first time. I think it was a stream game somewhere. It might have been you. Were you on camera during
During Rotterdam? No, unfortunately not.
Oh, it was one of your ProQuest games is where I saw it. Yeah, Dave sent me the link to the ProQuest game, and I was watching that, and you did that, and I was like, yo, we're cooking here. I messaged Dave, and I was like, dog, this game's a banger. Like, this is awesome.
There's so much room to play with in this era. It's so fun.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Like, you having the ability to play instance opens up a lot of windows, while in some way the hero ability closes a lot of windows. We're also opening a lot of windows with, like, the things that we have the chance to do. I'm not gonna lie, I love that, like, you're playing 3 Liar's Charm, because I bought the, like, Marvel ones or whatever, like, opening weekend for way too much money, and now they're sitting in a box, and I am so ready to terrorize my locals on Friday night with this deck.
You'll have so much fun. I literally just got my Marvels delivered yesterday.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yo, Rose, 25 gifted. Rose, thank you so much for 25 gifted. That is insane. Rose, thank you so much. That is awesome. Obviously, I am not going to get to pick my own deck for US Nationals. So, Liam, it was mostly a joke when I set this goal, because it was like quadruple my monthly numbers of subs. And I was like, well, there's no way we're going to get to this. All right, so let's see. We're 4 short, so we're at 296.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We are getting. It's gonna be interesting nights, but that's okay. It's okay. I signed up for it. Next up on our list is Drag Down. I love this card. I opened foils of this card, and I was like, oh, this is sweet. But just, it fits into Lyath so well.
Yeah, you can't half 0, and allows us to play a defense reaction. It's really good it's really funny versus Bolton. Watching him do his attack reaction, and then you're like, in response, I'm going to drag down your attack, and then force them to attack react on top of it, just so they can give their thing go again. It's really good against Pulpin. It's good against Tarantula Toxin, because you can't minus my defense. I've just minus yours.
Ooh, I like that. So you're turning T-Tox into a fair card. not a 1-card
Yes.
6.
Yeah.
The interaction with Dragdown and Bolton is also really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really neat because, and forgive me, I think you just said this, but like my brain, I'm processing, like you know the deck, my brain's processing as we're going through the cards. So Bolton uses their reaction. You play Dragdown. Do they have to activate in response again to be able to continue
Yeah.
go again? Yeah, that's insane.
Yes. So you have to, but you also have to drag down in response. So like they attack for, I don't know, 4 go again. That's +1 higher, and then you're like no block, and then they go bolt and react. Then you go in response. I'm gonna drag down, and then
Okay.
as your drag downs on the stack, they then have to bolt on top again. So you're like taking 2 cards out of their soul just for 1 attack.
Wow.
It's a really good trade off.
Yeah, that sounds awesome for Lyath. 110%. Rose, I thank you for 25 more. Like, I mean, 50 gifted subs is insane. Rose, thank you so much. I appreciate that. God, we're gonna get to 500 while Liam's here. We're not even gonna have to go anywhere. We're just gonna get there while Liam's here. Liam, you're gonna get to watch them pick my Nationals deck live during our stream today, apparently.
The best content.
Dude, honestly. Oh. Moving on to Fiddler's Green. Fiddler's Green makes sense. It's one of the natural 4 value cards, blocks for 1, gain some life. So you get that like quote unquote like sink below style value piece out of the card.
Yeah, you just don't get to stop 1 hits. Basically, it's the downfall for Fiddler's Green.
No, that makes sense. I can see that. Oasis Respite. This is a really interesting one because a lot of people play red Oasis Respites in different decks over the last, handful of years for arcane damage or just good blocks. But you're also in yellow Oasis Respite. How did we land on yellow?
Yellow. I don't know how I came on yellow Oasis. I don't know if it was on the deck I took inspiration on. It already had it, or if I just decided to put it in. I can't quite remember about yellow, but it's stuck. I've never not liked it.
Okay.
It pitches to hero ability, and the 1 cost always fits into the cost curve. Instead of a Rampart this time, you play Oasis. If you activate your hero ability and Rampart, you get to Oasis off your tunic counter. It's so flexible. It's ways to block in the reaction step to change your opponent's decisions. It's really good versus arcane. If you play the deck more against decks like Victor, you tend to try and drop below their health by pitching your fiddlers and your sigils to gain your maximum value out of your oases, just to make sure you are generating all your value from all your cards so you can gain the life. So they become 1 for 5s and 1 for 4s. So yellow 1 for 4 is fantastic. Okay,
no, that's awesome. At yellow 1 for 4 is a really interesting way to think about that. Makes a lot of sense though. Dude, Trent, 24 gifted, bro. Trent, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, dude. Like, thank you, man. All right, I was kidding when I said we may pick my deck live, but like if we get at this rate, we may actually get there. We are at 325. So let's see. That's 2 25s and a 24. Did I do that math right? Hang on. Now I'm worried. I'm like skipping out on subs for people. What were we at when we started?
325s and a 24, 74. So 74 on what you started on.
I'm trying to figure out where we were at when the stream started. When we started going through. What does that say? Really wish it would get rid of. Let's full screen this. All right. We were at 269. Or maybe. I don't know.
You're on like 343, something like that?
See, you'll have to find where I was at when Rose gave out the first 25 so that I can know. I'll go back and figure it out later so that everybody can watch live now. I'll go back and figure it out later. If the numbers are off, I apologize. We will get it pulled together though.
Sure, chat will go find out.
Oh, I have no doubt they will correct me. Chat, if you guys are here, let me know where I was at after Ian subbed, and then there was 74 after that. Regardless, Trent, thank you so much for the 24, dog. I appreciate that. Yeah, content in a reasonable time for my time zone. Listen, we're doing what we can on the weekend, okay? We're doing what we can on the weekend. All right. Let's keep moving on. Sigil of Solace, I mean, instance, gain 3 life, fits the build. Nothing really special.
Blocks 3.
Blocks 3. I like it. This is a card that's really interesting. I played Steadfast in a version of Lyath that like pretty early on when I was just trying to like, get value out of things. But this card seems great. It's good against Arcane. It's good against tall, like other Guardians. Like if somebody throws a Golden Sun at you, you can just play this and prevent a ton of damage. This card seems great.
It was originally when I was trying to beat Victor as he was rising during the meta. It was trying to find ways to block tall, and the next card we'll come to was already in the deck because it fits really well. But I was trying to find just other ways to try and do it, and Steadfast obviously is fantastic at blocking tall. It blocks 6.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mess with it because it's Chosen Source, and it also blocks Arcane, which is really helpful into Acilio when he decides to send Comet Storm at you for 9. So it just fit the bill.
Okay. So it just works at covering everything. You had mentioned the next card. This is possibly one of my favorite cards they've ever printed, and I've had 0 reasons to play it until Lyath. I love this card.
I love this card so much. It's just 2 costs, so it fits with paying for the Rampart, which is great. Like blocking 7 just with your shield and a card and pitching 1 card is incredible value. It stops on hits. It's fantastic versus CNC. It's just really good to put in your arsenal. It's great against Conqueror the High Seas. So it's just really good at blocking tall. You tend to take it out versus like obviously go that you're low to the ground ninja matchups, but against like Brute, against Guardian, it's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. You don't really want this against Syndra. Rampart blocking for 7 against Syndra probably seems pretty funny.
It's a bit overkill if you ask me, but
yeah, that checks
you can
out.
Try.
You talked about the play with Liar's Charm on Command and Conquer. Are there other matchups? Are there other places we are looking to use Liar's Charm other than just like on Command and Conquer?
This card is probably the most flexible card in the deck. This card is so ridiculous. You could probably do a whole video just on this card.
Okay.
Because you could literally like have a video of every hero, and you can work down: is it good? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it bad? Because not only can you target yourself and make your cards block 4. So for people that don't play Lyath, you can pitch a blue, and you can activate your instant, which then puts your halved 3 blocks from 2 to 3, and then you can Liar's Charm and target yourself. You can do not discard, and then your cards will now block 4 because you gave them +1 and you return their bases back to normal.
Okay.
It's a yellow, so it pitches for your hero ability. It is an aggressive got you card with cards like Command and Conquer, Macho Grande. I've killed people with like I've sent a 5-powered Macho Grande at them, and then I've Liar's Charmed them in response to make it a 9. It allows your Tear Asunder to go from like 5 to 6. Just like really sneaky, like I'm going to push over. And then its other flexibility is it can target your opponent's hero abilities. As an example, I sent a hammer. I wanted to Arsenal my Liar's Charm versus Victor. He decided to block with a Test of Strength. So I was like, well, I'm not losing this card. I'll turn off Victor. And then he was like, I'm not discarding a card. And then lost the clash, couldn't reclash because he was no longer a hero ability. I had to discard. I had a Bolton Tunic. So he played an Edict of Steel, made a flurry, put a sharp on his Raiden, Tunic, and then when via the Vanguard, putting 3 cards in his soul, no cards in hand, I Liar's Charmed him and turned off his hero ability, so he couldn't give it go again. So his +1 sharpen disappeared, and then the +3. So rather than going 666, it was just 6. So you can
Okay.
do it again. So it's like there's loads of flexible places you can do it. Mario, you can stop the on hit go again if you're marked.
Ooh, because they have to discard a card to keep that hero text.
Yes, you can do it in like the blocking step versus Mario's that have already transformed. So you can turn off the Black Widow. You can turn off the Funnel Web. You
Ooh.
can turn off the Tarantula. So it's not given to like if the dagger hits, you don't lose a life. There's loads of like different like you have to go through each hero and think, is this card good? Is this card bad? It's really bad versus their hero abilities that trigger straight away. So an example would be Vincent. As soon as they play their Shadow Puppetry, you can't respond to Shadow Puppetry and turn off Vincent because Vincent's already on the stack. So it
Oh.
wouldn't turn them off. It would just trigger.
So even if they don't discard a card, because the trigger is still on the stack, it's going to happen no matter what.
Yes. So like if Acilio was to activate his hero ability, you couldn't in response Lies Charm to stop him discarding an instant because he's already done it.
Gotcha. But it works against something like Victor because they block with a test of strength, and then before it resolves, you get to play the Liar's Charm and make them pick there.
Yes, before they know whether they won or lost.
Okay, cool.
But if you used to do it a step after, so if the block were resolved, they lost, you couldn't then Liar's Charm them because Victor's already on the stack. So that's why you have to do it beforehand. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense, man. You could make an entire video on this card. Like this could be interesting. I think I found our next collab. Same with something like Marlin versus Three of a Kind. Ullman
Yep.
Rose said, "Oh, so they go to play Three of a Kind. You can Liar's Charm in response because they haven't drawn. There's no Marlin trigger on the stack yet."
Yeah, so just as a random, if they've got no gold, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and they tunic Three of a Kind, they're hoping to draw 2 blues and a harpoon to Arsenal. As the Three of a Kinds on the stack before they draw, if they've got no other cards in hand, you can just Liar's Charm them, turn off Marlin, then there's going to be no load, so they'll just tunic Three of a Kind and then probably just Arsenal pass because they have no way of loading if they've got no gold and no hero
Interesting.
ability. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Liar's Charm, way better than I originally thought it was going to be. Buying those marbles might have been a good investment after all. Next up is Remembrance. Remembrance, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I could spend all day talking about Remembrance and how I think it should be banned and all this other stuff. People have so many differing opinions about this card. But Remembrance, I mean, we're a fatigue deck. We need to shuffle some card back in, get some good things like late in the game. Like playing, 6 copies of Command and Conquer, like later into the game against like a deck like Syndra. Seems like it could be really good. Trying to like throw them off tempo.
Yeah, it's just pick and choose your flavour of which card is the most important, put it back, play more copies of it. Rouse the Ancients is a good versus the fatigue decks.
Mm-hmm.
Bastion versus your Flick Knives decks. CNCs versus the heavy the heavy defense reaction decks. It's those kind of things.
So you've got a lot of utility with Remembrance, basically, with the way it's set up,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yo, Drew with 28 months. I appreciate that. And then also gifting 5 subs. Dog, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, let's fix this before I go any further. We're going to pull up the calculator so that I can't mess this up. So Trent said we started at 269. We have 3 subs off of that. And then we have 25 and 25 is 50. 24 is 74 plus 5 is 79. We should be at 351. Turns out I cannot math at all. We're at 351 of 500. Liam, I'm gonna call you my good luck charm dog because I mean, I don't think there's been months I've not had 79 subscribers and we have it today. So everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the love and support. I hope you guys are enjoying the Liam content, the Fatigue Lyath content we got going on. Pseudo, not pseudo. Let's go. Ben with the follow over on Twitch. Liam, we have 3 fun questions that we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. And I know you've been on the channel before, but we got 3 questions we ask everybody. This goes for Liam and for anybody at home. What's your name? Which I guess is kind of answered already. What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings?
Oh, so obviously my name's Liam. What got me into Flesh and Blood? Previously I played a lot of card games online.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing Hearthstone, I was playing Gwent, a few other like indie card games. And as Gwent was dying, in around 2021, I decided to quit competing, and I was just done. I was never going to compete again.
Okay.
I did 10 years of trying to make it in very different games. I played Call of Duty, I played Overwatch, I played FIFA,
Okay.
multiple card games, and it never went anywhere. I was done. I was like, I'm going to move on and try something else. And then a friend of mine went, just try this game. I'd never played a physical card game before. I used to own Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I think he showed me 2 games of Chain versus Prism. I went and bought a case of Monarch. I bought 3 boxes of Welcome to Wraith. I bought 3 boxes of Ark. I went and spent 600 quid on Turtle Katsu, which was the deck I very first played in paper, which was Fatigue, which is where it all started. And then ever since then, I've loved the game, so I've not stopped. My favourite hot dog topping, outside of just, I'm going to say ketchup, I'd call it tomato sauce in the UK, but for the American audience, I'll call it ketchup. Outside of just ketchup, I like chili. I like a chili dog.
Okay.
Like a bit of spice, bit of punch. It's nice.
So I tell everybody chili cheese is like that's my go-to. Like if I'm at like a baseball game or something, chili cheese or like, ketchup, mustard, like some basics, just trying to keep it simple, but I'm here for it. So you guys don't call it ketchup in the UK?
I mean, we do call it ketchup, but a lot of people say tomato sauce.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I mean, I get
Yeah.
it's still true, still fits the bill. Like,
It's still the same thing.
Yeah, no, it still makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about our blue base. There are quite a few blues. If I scroll back up here, there are 39 blues in this deck, which, as someone who played a lot of OG Bravo, it warms my heart. It warms my heart to see this many blues. Up first is Battlefront Bastion.
This is just it's a 3-block versus single attacks, because you tend to just activate Lyath, put this on, and it prevent one. So it's still a 3-block, but it's more for the stop the flick knives triggers. Sometimes it can stop the attack reaction decks like Katsu. Like if you block it on like a Adachi and you float the one prevention, it's really hard for them to ancestral it, because they're like, you block exactly like ancestral and you let you float in the one prevention. So it's just really a utility card. It's there as a bit of a toolkit card, shall we say?
Okay. Well, it seems like it's really good value because it's still a 3-block. Like if you need it to be, like it still blocks 3. Or like, if you block an ignite with this and then, they go to flick, like you have that prevention floating, which is really sweet. So This is awesome. I have to ask, do you have the promo Battlefront Bastions?
I do.
I'm so jealous. I want them so bad. They look so cool.
Most of my deck is full bling, shall we say?
Oh,
Most of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
We're so close to full bling, which is 3 copies of CNCs, and I need 3 overcrowded gold foils. So we're working on it.
Okay. Well, listen, I hope it works out for you. Look, dude, you can be the first person to win a calling on Lyath, and then you'll have it you'll have the money to be able to buy all that stuff, right?
The dream.
Oh, I love it. Now I feel like a lot of these blues, like I'm gonna like, put Macho, Headbutt, Thunderquake, Cranial Crush kind of into like, and Disable, almost into like one box, I want to say. If I'm wrong, correct me here, because that's perfectly okay. But it feels like a lot of these blues, these big power blues, are fitting the bill as like good late game attacks that you can use Liar's Charm with, or you have the ability to actually like utilize Rouse the Ancients in your deck.
Yeah, essentially they're all, so originally they're put in there to clash with Victor, because cards don't have on top of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
So they were that was the original idea, and then I was like, "Oh, Rouse the Ancients just becomes really good with this blue base now."
Mm-hmm.
So they're essentially just the most relevant crush effects or slash most damage to help fuel Rouse and be the most relevant if I want to Liar's Charm it. Macho Grande as a finisher, Cranial Crush versus decks that want to draw cards. Headbutt can be relevant on the odd occasion versus like Flash of Brilliance, Flash of Brilliance Cecilio, like blowing up that to stop them doing the Sigil Brilliance bullshit.
Okay.
But essentially it's mainly just Rouse Fuel and anti-Clash Victor cards.
Okay. So anti-clash, because I mean Victor is very relevant right now in the meta, very popular. Victor was the #1 rep deck at Jakarta, if I remember correctly, the first time it's beat out Mario. Like it's actually kind of crazy. But all the attacks fitting the bill for, fitting the bill for Rouse, clashing, and just being like, good 3 blocks down the road makes them fit into the deck pretty well. Send Cats, thank you so much for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you. 352. Here we go.
Slowly but surely.
What'd you say?
Slowly but surely getting there.
Slowly but surely getting there. A really cool utility blue is Gravekeeping. Now, I know this card has a lot of good utility. It's probably good against Gravy. It's probably fine. It's good into Victor. But I will say the one thing that makes me really sad about this card is that the only promo version is in red, and that sucks.
Agreed. I don't like this card, but it's kind of a necessary evil at the moment. It's good versus Gravy. It was in here to get rid of Goldmane estates. You can a bad Syndra player will let you snipe a Kunai.
Ooh, okay.
You can snipe a bad Fire player will let you snipe a Phoenix Flame.
Okay.
You can snipe Huntsman's
the arm piece. Yep.
Arm piece, headpiece, legs, the Seeker Kunai, once it's been used once to stop them buying it back. You can get rid of Mario's first clave as he throws at you, and then hopefully your Ripple Away lines up with All Weaver Spinnerets. So make them on 1 dagger for a while. So it's it is quite a good utility card, but the amount of times the 2 block just comes up, it's so annoying.
I believe that. Especially like on some turns where maybe you don't want to use Lyath's hero ability, because I'm sure you want to be using it as much as possible, but it probably does come up every now and again where it's awkward and you can't, or you need to block or something like that. So it does feel like it's kind of weird. So I do have a question about interaction here with this card. If you are playing Syndra and I am playing Fatigue Lyath and I attack you with Gravekeeping, at what window does Syndra lose the opportunity to activate her hero ability and get a dagger back in response?
So the latest you can do it is with the attack on the stack.
Okay, so when the attack hits, I just get to pick something, and you can't respond to the target, I guess.
It's on play, not on. So as soon as you attack with the card, Gravekeeping triggers. So it's not an on-hit ability; it's on attack. So then, as soon as you put the card on the stack, as in it's attacking, she has to respond to pitching a blue or 3 reds to get a kunai back.
Okay, interesting. So in that scenario, if I play Gravekeeping and you want to get your dagger back, you have to say, okay, with Gravekeeping on the stack, and then you would activate Syndra.
Yes.
Interesting.
There is a funny little fork you can do. You can let your tunic counter tick up. Let's say your card in your hand is Gravekeeping, you plan to play it. If you've got Liar's Charm in your arsenal, you can actually Liar's Charm Syndra and hope that they don't want to discard a card. And if they don't, then you can tunic counter Gravekeeping their kunai out of their graveyard.
Oh, that would be insane.
I think most Syndras should discard the card. And then you tunic Gravekeeping, which then could take their entire hand because they discarded the card to keep the hero ability, then pitch 3 reds to save the kunai, which means you're not getting attacked next turn, which then allows your Rouses, your CNCs, and your Terra Sunders to be better.
Sure. No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, even if they do have a blue, which does happen from time to time, not all the time, but from time to time. I mean, I guess like there's still only 2 cards in hand left for them. So there's only so much damage they can apply at that point.
Yeah, which is usually 6.
That's very fair. Occasionally 7, I guess, if they have like a Blaze Headlong in the mix or something. So, all right. So, Gravekeeping, one you probably wish you could sub out. It sounds like based off what we're talking about, but a necessary evil for the metagame.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially when Grave is relevant. Like, this is the easiest way to deal with Whaler.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like, I think sometimes I've had allies on the board, and the more threatening allies in the graveyard. And I kind of wish Gravekeeping triggered off attacking allies, but it doesn't. It has to attack the hero.
Oh.
So sometimes I'll just give up killing an ally because the whale is in the graveyard and I want to get rid of it.
Okay.
Or you can get rid of, like, Joe Conquer the High Seas to stop their remembrance targets being better.
Okay. No, that makes sense. If this could attack an ally and banish something, oh my gosh. Dude, gravy would be cooked. People would be playing 9 of this card as well. I'd be playing a non-zero number of it in Victor. I'll tell you that for sure. Oh, all right. Next up is Heart of Fandle. Probably my favorite gem of all time. Even though I think it is the least creative gem of all time, it is my favorite one by far.
I think, yeah, it's my favorite Fable, to be honest. Everyone always asks me, is this card relevant? Like, do I need this card to play this deck? And the answer I gave the last person that asked me was, if you was to play 2 call-ins side by side, and you were to play the exact same matchups, with the exact same cards, against the exact same opponents, you would probably win more with Heart than you would without, but it doesn't mean that you can't play the deck. You can just put in another blue and still, like, enjoy and have fun. You lose small percentage points.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gain 1 life in a game. In another one, I played against an RTN against Fatigue Ira, and this gained 21 life because I pitched it. I was the end game was just them so high and going Kadachi, and I was just going pitch Heart to Rampart. And it's just like gain a life, gain a life, gain a life, gain a life. It's just ridiculous.
Oh
so
my gosh!
It depends on the hero.
That is shoo. Okay, yeah. Gaining 21 life off of Heart is a number. I was thinking like 7, maybe we get to double digits if you're pushing it. 21 is insane.
It was a very long game.
Oh, that is crazy. Overcrowded is a blue that has become very popular since Super Slam. I think it works into like a lot of decks and how it likes to play. It's very good against a lot of the assassins because of codex and leave no witnesses and things like that. How often would you say you find yourself arsenaling this card, like just to arsenal it so that you can have that ambush effect?
Probably about 20 to 30% of the time.
Okay.
I think it's not really a blue you want to pitch the hammer, so you either block with it, pitch it, or arsenal it. It is flexible. It's very good versus certain heroes. Incredible versus Valda because you can ambush versus dominate.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible versus Rhinar because, again, it allows you to block when your hand is intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the best card just to flip the finger at your Mario player because his codex is now Sock. Because Rampart and an overcrowded blocks even Death Touch. So.
Oh, wow.
So if you literally pay 1 into Rampart and block 5 when you're overcrowded, they can't even hit you with a Death Touch. Never mind, I leave no witnesses. So, like, nullifying your assassin player's best card is incredible.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, against assassin, we're looking to block as early as possible with this and get it into the graveyard so that we have that utility later on.
Turn 0, I will attack with this for 1, just to put it in my graveyard. It's going in my graveyard. I could Lies Charm CNC you and push damage. No, this overcrowded is attacking for 1 and going in my graveyard.
I love that. What a fun nuance of the deck. That's so much fun. Okay. One of the things that I love about your list is that it plays 3 copies of my spoiler card from Super Slam and overturned the results. This is a card that I tried really hard to make work with, like this aggro Lyath, where we were playing like fix the match and stuff like that to put this on top. But this feels, I mean, I'm assuming this fits into the anti-Victor / like blue 3-block category of just like good value across most matchups.
Yeah, exactly. Against most matchups, it is just a blue 3-block, and it's a 5, which fits your 8s for Rouse the Ancients.
Okay.
But it is mainly a fuck you, Victor card. It is, I'd like to gain your token, and I'd like to gain a might as well.
Yeah.
And also let you waste the gold, because if you have to reroll, you're bottoming a 5 to your like 7, and you might pop up a Thunderquake and lose again.
That would be such a feels bad as a Victor player. Oh, that's awesome. I hope we get to do something fun with this today.
I'm hoping so. Cool card.
It is really neat. Power Play is one of my favorite cards. Like, I like the art. Like, the art is like super cool. Like the lady with like the shimmering background and like the sword. And plus, like, this is the idea that Guardian cards get a buff coming from Arsenal, basically saying that we're getting a buff by setting up, by having some patience and willing to like take a little time to play out our game plan, is a really fun concept.
I think it's more of a role player in this deck. It allows you to send a card that's bigger than your hammer. It's a really good terrace on the target. Most of the time it comes in for 7 because of the might token. But on weird occasions, sometimes you already have a might and then make a might on their turn, so then it comes in for 8. And then Terra Sunders also 8 dominate with a might token, so it's really flexible. It allows your Terra Sunders to be a little bit better.
Okay. No, I mean, anything that makes our, like, being able to Terra Sunder anything that's not just hammer lines up pretty well.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scott Mines just said in the chat, it also kills Chum. Interesting.
That is true. That is the anti-Chum card. Technically, it also kills Whaler with the might token. It's just whether or not they have Fearless Confrontation to discard behind it.
Okay. All right, I'm here for that. I like that. So Power Play, role filler, but also has some important matchups, it sounds like, where it has a lot of value. I think this has become every single player's favorite card over the last, like, 2 months, I would say. Anti-Victor, anti-Vincent, anti-Mario, like, Ripple Away is probably the best it's been in the meta since its release.
I was going to say, don't say that to my Vincent opponent round 1, when he had 5 Malefic Incantations and 2 Deathly Whales face up, and he attacks me and I just discard a Ripple Away. He was not happy.
I believe that.
Which I was IPing for 4 turns because his turn was play Malefic, pass, and I was like, I'm just going to hold this Ripple Away, I'm not even attacking you. And then just discarded it for like 9 value or something stupid. Maybe even more than that.
That is insane.
So yeah, this card's the anti-Victor card, the anti-Vincent card. It comes up every now and then into Puffin, making golden cogs off like cog in the machine.
Okay.
This stops all we were Spinneret versus Mario. There's just like random little spots that you're like, this card's pretty good.
No, hey, it makes a lot of sense. I love seeing this card in the meta. These like generic utility cards, because I feel like they have printed quite a few of them over the last like 2 or 3 years. Like, it seems like LSS has really tried to implement a lot of these like blue block 3 utility cards that maybe like they aren't all like 4s. Some of them are 1s. Like Overcrowded is a great example. Like Ripple Away fits the bill. So I don't know, like, it's taken some time for them to get ingrained into the meta, but now they're here and they're all very powerful.
Yes, I agree. I think it's a good thing to print, because you can reward deck building decisions before you get to a tournament. It's like, do I want the Ripple Away because I think Vincent might be good? And then you play against 5 Vincents and you make them all cry because you Ripple Away a ridiculous amount of rune chance. Or you do what I do and you put it in versus for Victor mainly, and you play 11 rounds and don't see one.
And don't play a single one. That sounds more like my speed. That's what would happen to me. Oh. All right, so we've got a couple of cards to round out the deck list, and then we'll play some games because I'm very excited to play this deck list. So Rouse the Ancients. God, I love this card. I've been trying to fit it into my Victor deck recently. I think it's good into like the fatigue style Victors as a normal Victor deck, looking for some extra like breathing room. But I love that this fits in Fatigue Lyath. Are you ever playing it first cycle, or is this mostly a second cycle style card?
This is mainly second, third. Remember it back in, play it again. Because like your Lyath, right? Like the good thing about, even though I get to draw 5 cards, so I get to get my draw to my pitch stack quicker than anybody else except the Cilio.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see all these cards more frequently and quicker. So I think this is mainly a you because you're pitching blues anyway. It tends to pitch stack itself. You play your first cycle, and the second cycle, you just like your opponent just tries to set up, and you just draw like blue, 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 rouse, and just like bump. Or you do. I had a crazy turn where I asked all the rouse, drew a rouse, and then just drew a handful of blues that all made rouse happen. It was like rouse, rouse, hammer. Just like sent 17 at my opponent, and they're like, "What? This is supposed to be a fatigue deck. What are you doing?" It's just good versus the longer decks. It gives you a card that trades cards for you. So you send one, they give you 2. So you're up a card. Then you hammer them, they block with another card. So you traded 1 for 3 because they want to block you as well. And they send your hammer, you only send 1, you only block with 1, so you're up 2 cards in that turn cycle. It's just a really good card for that. I think in comparison to the Jakarta list, I think that's on a more of a toolboxy blue base. So it's playing like Fearless Confrontations, it's playing Buckle, and giving up. So you can either choose I think at the moment you choose the Rouse package for being better into like the slower decks, or you choose a toolboxy deck that's got like a bit more of a tech card, so plenty of matchups like Fearless into Valda as an example. Buckle into Teklevossen to try and blow up one of his equipment so he can't turn into Iron Man. It's like you can pick or choose your lane basically.
Okay. No, I mean, I like that. And it's cool that even within just the blue base aspect of this, there's still multiple ways that you can branch off and kind of build this to your own meta, your own liking, however you like to play the game, maybe. That's really neat, though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay. Terra Sunder. I love Terra Sunder. I wish I could play this in Victor. I love that I have a deck I can play this in again. I have 3 foils. I am waiting to pull out of a binder so that I can jam them into my Lyath deck.
Yeah, unfortunately, Victor's the only deck that can't play Terra Sunder. Every other Guardian can, because every other Guardian is cooler than Victor.
Truth. Sad. Sad, but true.
Yeah, this is just a card that, 1, can finish the game, and 2, disrupt your opponent. Everyone knows what Terra Sunder does. Good card.
True. Very good, very powerful. And then in the sideboard, we have a little bit of Arcane Barrier, just trying to protect us against like Cilio, I guess Swolio after Omens of the Third Age comes out, and potentially Ziggy as well.
Yeah, and Aurora. I don't know which Aurora's going to be doing more than 1, but yeah, it's just 3 for Cilio, and we play 1 into Runeblades currently. How that changes going forward, I have no idea.
Okay.
But I think I'd stick with 3 for now and adapt from there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as we see more things about, the Omens heroes, we'll get a better understanding of what the meta looks like, how we have to change arcane pieces around. So, there is one thing I want to ask you about, and I'm gonna pull it up here. Is there ever a world where Lion Claw Maul fits into the Fatigue Lyath deck?
I think the only way it would fit is if you already controlled the might token on your turn, and then you made another might token on their turn, and then swung and forever hit. Because at 3, this does nothing. This is just a 1-card block for most. You can't beat a fatigue deck with it because their hammer's going to be bigger than yours. I think if they were to let you hit, this should be fantastic. I'll play every time, but I don't ever think my opponent's going to constantly let me hit with Lion Claw Maul. This is an aggro card, 100%. And I was talking again with my friend George. I think we were trying to. I was like talking about the philosophy behind uh, um, Lyath's hammer, and I did it as 3 cost with 3 power,
Okay.
and then it got +1 if it was greater on hit. Boo, which would have been probably a tiny bit too powerful, which made it always go in for 4 without the second white token, and it's probably a bit too powerful at that point.
Okay. No, I mean that's fair. You know, like the new weapon is very powerful. Like, and I do really like that it is a good weapon and it fits into a version of Lyath. But I just wanted to hear like your thoughts on whether this fits into the fatigue version because it makes sense that it doesn't. It's hard to pump unless you have like a leave them hanging coming off of suspense, or you have like another buff that is really missing from this version of the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you put it to 3 power, it's an instant snap off fatigue. But I've clearly designed it, so it's probably not.
No, that totally makes sense. I love it. All right, let's jump back into our Lyath deck here. Tell you what, let's play some games, man.
Let's do it.
Let's show people what you've been cooking up because I am excited to play some
Watch it all
games.
just fall apart now.
No,
How does this
no,
deck win games?
no shot, dude. No shot. We are rolling. We got this. Dave, better late than never, dude. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, guys. Thanks for being here, chilling with us on a random Saturday. Well, morning for me, afternoon for night. I don't know. Whoever you are, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning at your house. Ooh, a Hala to start the day off with.
Oh, real grindy game.
Okay, our opponent's gonna go first. I'm assuming this is the equipment base we want because we don't really want Arcane Barrier
Yep.
against. Are we playing all 71?
I think in my short experience playing against Halas, I would play every single card. This game can really grind.
Okay. So we're running the full suite here.
We're running the full suite.
All right, I like it. Let's do it. Rose, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God, I have 5 cards in my hand. I'm already so excited. Is there ever a world where we are activating Lyath on turn 0 to make sure that we are blocking efficiently?
Yeah, I think you activate Lyath every turn that you think is mathematically just the best play.
Okay.
And even if just to send your hammer for 4 next turn is probably just worth it.
Okay. I like it. Dave just said that his claim to fame is that he beat the champion of the people on RKO at Armory.
True.
This is interesting. They're just going to pass.
So we can either pitch to Lyath to cycle a card to attack for 4, or we just we just pass and then we hammer for 3, pitch a card to Lyath next turn, and then Arsenal to withstand. I'd probably just cycle a card.
So I guess we can just cycle the heart away.
I'd probably not cycle the heart just yet.
Okay.
Because if we take damage on a double attack turn, we can pitch it again to gain a life back.
Okay.
So the Bastion's probably good to pitch.
Like it. Cycle the Bastion away. Now, make your move, player. Oh, still just passing.
Coward.
Oh. Okay.
So we're just hammering for 4. I think this is an underpitch Fiddler's Green because we want to try and get value out the heart, and we're not blocking the Fiddler's Green just yet.
Okay, so we are going to overpitch the Fiddler's Green.
Yep, and then just pick a headbutt or Thunderquake to pitch down.
Sounds good. Simplicity. Oh, they're going to block with Dynamos all game? Oh, Lord. This is...
Yep, this is a real grind.
I cannot wait to see what the time says when this game is over. How long this game took. Right now, we're at 2 minutes. I'm curious to know if we get over an hour.
Probably.
With me asking questions.
Nope, they just took it.
All right, we'll just
So we
arsenal
just
the withstand.
yeah yeah. Oh, ripple away. Oh,
This is so good.
so this just stops the flurry token.
Yeah, we just get to discard this, and they don't make a flurry. Oh yeah, this is my deck. This is my kind of deck. Okay, pitching a red.
Oh,
All right,
and the
so
other blade flurry. Oh,
setting up a little bit of a stack here.
so I don't resolve yet. This is you have to choose between blocking 4 and using the rampart and leaving the withstand in your arsenal, or just committing the withstand now.
Okay,
Because you can't block with rampart and then play withstand. You have to do it beforehand.
that's true. Yep.
But
So,
if you
what do
do
you think is
block
best here?
4, it depends. If there's follow up with a CNC and you put the rampart on the chain, we're kind of forced to block the CNC to protect the withstand. So I think your choice is to pitch heart, block with headbutt rampart, or you just play the withstand. I'd probably just go with block 4.
Okay, so we're going to block with headbutt and rampart,
Yeah,
and activate Lyath.
yeah.
All right, so we can cover this up,
If they send the CNC, we just put 2 cards in front of it. Oh look,
and then we just get to block like this.
yeah. Obviously, alternatively, we could have blocked 3, took 1, and then pitched a card to withstand the CNC. But
Okay.
it was whether or not the CNC was there, and if we used it too early, it would have been really bad for us. But
Okay.
it's fine.
Oh, this is another card that's only promo in red. The normal,
Yeah, these are
the yellows are only normal, right?
yeah, they're very beautiful. The Oasis.
This is real
My
fab for the people. That's what I'm talking about, noob. What were you going to say, Liam? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I know, I was saying I'm quite lucky that my locals bought me a playset for my birthday of the promo Oasis.
That's awesome. That's so cool. This hand
Good
feels
thing
like
about
a tricky one.
good thing about Oasis and Steadfast in this matchup is it will block Zenith Blade twice. So if you were to attack for 4 and you Steadfast it, it will block 4 and it will have 2 left over because the the source remains the same.
Okay. So they
If
decide
that
to
makes
undo.
sense.
Yeah, no, it does for sure. So this is 4 go again.
So I think this is a simple Oasis red pitching the yellow Oasis.
Okay. All right. So we'll declare no blocks, and then we will respite ourselves and target the Zenith Blade. They let that happen.
Uh, ooh, correct flurry token. That's fine.
Okay.
We want to activate life before the turn ends.
Yeah. Pitching a Steadfast,
Yep, that's fine.
and then are we just going to overpitch here to swing Titan's Fist?
Yes, we want to see as many cards as possible.
Okay.
And our pitch stack is currently really bad, but Remembrance will pitch our pitch stack and allow us to
Okay.
bring back the cards that we've already pitched.
I like it.
We want to see our ripple aways quickly, I think, in this matchup. We want to try and get. I think now we're ahead on life. We probably want to play our healing at some point. So try to see as many cards as possible.
Getting Crown of Providence here. I'm a little surprised by that.
That's because they don't expect life to run CNC.
Spoken like somebody who has got people with that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Got the sharp ones. That's fine. It's only stacking a second flurry. Right? How does it make when it's a blue one? So this should be for 5, I believe.
Yeah, so this is 5 go again.
So I think we probably withstand here.
Okay.
We pitch the Gravekeeping because it's not a 3-cost card for our hammer.
Okay. So we're going to play Withstand and then block Rampart. And I assume we're going to pay 1. Feels like there's no reason not to.
So the reason not to is Oasis. The reason 2 is if you want to activate Versus on the second swing. So I probably would, just to make sure you can't activate Versus and give us an extra bit of value.
Sure. Okay.
So this is probably so I think the first Remembrance we drew was a little bit early. So we're going to pitch it to Lyath's hero ability, and then we're going to block with either match or power play, and pitch the other one to Hammer and Arsenal the Yellow Oasis.
Okay, so we block power play.
Yep. So we're going to take 2.
Okay. Uh-oh.
We're not going to take 2. We're going to take more than 2.
So we are going to take
this
7.
Is fine. Yeah, this is fine. It puts us lower. We still get to Hammer. Our Oasis is now turned on.
Okay.
There is the thing about playing Fatigue is there is times and turns where you have to take damage. Otherwise, you'll put too many cards on the chain and you'll lose the Fatigue race.
Okay. Start losing the deck like density battle.
Yes.
Okay. See, I love this because I feel like I'm getting to do like a weird Oldham impression here. And I got to tell you, I played a lot of Oldham back in the day. Like
I played too much Holden.
Liam, I'm learning how similar we really are, man. Like
I miss Holden.
Me too. Me too. I about played him at a skirmish last night. But ran out of time and forgot to put the deck together. Okay. Here we go.
So we're just sharpening. We'll let this happen. So we have to be wary of the CNC follow up again.
Okay.
This is an interesting hand.
It feels like an interesting hand.
This probably is. We pitch the Ripple away and block with Fiddler's Green Command and Conquer is probably the line I would take, and see if there's any follow up.
Okay, so we're gonna block here, and we're just gonna pitch Ripple to activate Lyath.
Yep.
And
there's
then
no flurry token, so
even if it is Command and Conquer as a follow up, we still have the Respite here.
So we're definitely Oasis in this.
Right. So
and then sorry, Oasis, target ourselves. Target the Command and Conquer. And then I would probably Tunic, Rampart, take 2.
Okay.
We don't want to get another card up for this, really. It's not going on hit.
And I mean, just using we're already gaining some life off the Fiddlers anyway. Using Tunic and Rampart efficiently. Swing the Hammer, Arsenal, Sigil, I assume?
Yep.
Perfect.
Just very efficient, fair gameplay, except I've got an extra card.
Okay.
You probably want to check our graveyard for remembrance targets, because I don't think we can really skip out on pitching the second one because our pitch stack is so bad. So I think we've got probably 3 targets in power play, CNC, and Ripple away, so we're fine if we see the next one. But we definitely can't pitch it, I don't think. Oh, look.
How ironic. That's funny. So this is +3 and sharpens twice.
+1 sharpen again.
Okay, so
Oh, big turn.
I was like, this is gonna hurt. Yo, easy.
Big turn.
Easy, chill, bro. Chill.
Oh.
This one's gonna hurt.
Yeah, this one's gonna hurt a lot.
So 11, huh?
So I think this is a difficult one. I feel like because we're blocking with Fiddler's Green, we're pitching the Bastion.
Okay.
So we're going to pitch Bastion to Lyath. And then we're going to block with Fiddler's Green and overturn the results. Then, as they swing the second time, we're going to Oasis and gain the life back. So we're going to let this hit now.
Okay. So we're gonna take
so we're
7.
Down to 28. Down to 28. And then he should swing again for 7. So then we Oasis.
Just by
Get a 1
ourselves
for 4.
and alive.
Yep. And then we take 3. Down to 26. Now the choice here is play Sigil, Arsenal Remembrance, or just play the Remembrance.
So is there any world where we can it's possibly correct for us to wait to
I think we
play the
want to play
Remembrance?
one of them.
Sure.
So I think we can Arsenal Remembrance if you want to try and find another target.
Okay. I mean,
But you don't want to sit on it for too long.
We have a couple of good things. We can run it out the next time we find a good arsenal.
Okay.
Okay.
These are the CNCs I want to buy. They're so cool.
Oh, I love the art on these CNCs. They're awesome. Double Blade Flurry Unsheathed is the pitch, and we're gonna pass.
So this is definitely we activate life on this turn.
So we can
Command and Conquer for 4.
We can pitch the disable.
Yeah.
Activate Lyath. And then on our turn, are we over pitching a CNC to play a CNC?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to put the CNC with the blue.
We can play our Remembrance afterwards and then arsenal this?
Yes. So we want to close the combat chain first. So I would think that our targets are probably going to be 2 CNCs and a blue to put back in. So we close the combat chain and then we Remembrance.
You said 2 CNCs and
Power play versus Ripple Away. Ripple Away stops a flurry token. Power play is like a value card that would try and match their value.
I guess let's go for a Ripple Away. We could try to deny them some like good value later in the game.
Yep.
This way. And then we will arsenal. Remember, so we'll go Command and Conquer first. Or we're going to arsenal Withstand. Uh-oh. Here's the play. Here's the play. We have it. Dave's already in all caps in the chat. Now, the question is, are we going... Well, I guess we don't have to make a bad play. We have Withstand and... Oh, my gosh, you're making this Withstand so easy, bro. All right, so I guess we should actually think about this instead of me just...
Oh, we always Withstand 100%.
Okay.
So I would Withstand pitching the Thunderquake.
Okay.
And then it's a choice of what we do afterwards.
Okay.
So I would pay the 1 into the Rampart and then take 1.
We pay 1. We take 1.
Because obviously you might not even Arsenal a card on this. You might... Oh, he's definitely Arsenal, I think. So...
Now I'm intrigued to know what you think.
So there is a couple of ways you can do this.
Okay.
You can no block this, Tunic, Oasis, Respite to Lyath on this turn to send it to the Commander Conquer will be for 4, and then you Lyath Charm it. Then that's your disruptive way of doing it. You can Tunic, Oasis, take 1, and then send the Command and Conquer for 3, and then possibly Lyath Charm it.
Okay.
Do I know which is correct? Probably not, because I've not played this matchup too much, and I'm trying to learn as I go at the same time.
I tell you what.
The positive about leaving the Oasis in Arsenal, all we can do that, we can take 5, Arsenal the Oasis, and then just send the Command and Conquer for 3 and then Lyath Charm that as well. There's like 4 different lines we can take.
I like the arsenal of the Oasis Respite, because they're probably not going to block this, right? Like, this is going to come across for 3. It's going to be pretty uneventful. I mean, maybe we're telegraphing Pummel here. Maybe we're psychos and we're playing Pummel and our...
Just think, imagine having Lyath Charm and Pummel here.
Oh my gosh. So right here, we get the Lyath Charm. We can't steal anything. We're going to boo.
No. Remove hero abilities. Then we target ourselves. We do not want to discard, so we pass. So there's the boo for the might token. And we remove. And we take the Arsenal off them.
Oh, yeah. And we got a sink below? Oh, yeah. Oh, and then we can Arsenal the Oasis Respite, and we get to set up. Yeah. Oh, that is so much fun, dude. That is so much fun.
And the other shelter in the hand as well.
Oh my gosh. We are getting so much value.
Oh yeah. It's all coming together.
Oh, we've got the fun play out of the way now as well, so we don't have to hold on to it every time. Now.
We don't have to meme to do it every game.
I think Dave said in the chat as well, it's like, my face gives nothing away, so like you never know if I've got Lyath Charm. I've got a good poker face.
That's going to be my problem, is that I am not going to be able to hold it together if I have Lyath Charm. You'll be able to tell from a mile away. So...
This is probably just block 6. With the 2 worst cards, which is probably Overturn and Overcrowded.
So we can activate Lyath.
Yep.
We get to block like this.
Yep. The Overcrowded goes to 6 because of our might tokens.
And if there is some shenanigans, we do have the Respite to protect us.
Yeah.
Now we
get to hammer for 5.
And play the Sigil. This is great.
And they don't have a Valiant Dynamo trigger. Even more value.
Amazing. Dave said that Steve has a bad pummel face, as I call it. Oh, all right. So they take 1. We get to go to 28. Ooh, first time I've drawn Drag Down.
Framing Blade was this. Sharpened twice.
Okay, so this is going to be, what, 9 go again? Or no? This is just going to be 6.
6 go again. So the Oasis is good here. Because we can Oasis this. And it doesn't matter how much we block, because the Oasis will carry over onto the next swing of the Zenith Blade. Because it's the same source.
Interesting. So, how are we blocking here?
I like probably pitching the Rouse.
To Lyath?
Goliath.
Okay. And then is there a world where we give Overturn and Gravekeeping and Rampart Tunic Oasis the second one, and then swing the hammer, and then Arsenal drag down.
That sounds good. Sounds efficient.
I like efficient.
So this is where a small decision you've made on the previous turn has cost you 1 value.
Ooh, really? Okay.
So
Explain, please.
If you would have pitched the sigil to hammer as well as the blue, you would have gained a point of life here off the Oasis and still had the sigil in your deck.
Okay.
Because we would have been at 25, you'd have gone up to 26, and then the sigil still be in your deck.
Okay, so we still have the 3 life later, effectively, and
yes,
we would have gotten value off the Oasis.
Yeah, so rather than being a 1 for 4 prevention, it would have been a 1 for 5.
Okay.
Just a very, very small, minute decision, and if 1 life comes back to haunt you later, I've just pointed out 1 value you've missed through that turn.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, fatigue decks are definitely decks where, like, I feel like that could be relevant, like a relevant piece of the puzzle. Censor, huh?
I don't think he'll name anything relevant, to be honest. We don't want to waste the Steadfast. The Steadfast is so good versus Zenith Blade.
Okay. So
you can either block with Bastion and Drag Down, and like just Lyath Hammer, or we can just block for 4, take 1, so we're not giving 2 cards up to his Censor, only giving 1 up, and then hammering, and then probably pitching the Oasis.
Okay. So what if we blocked Battlefront Bastion and Rampart here?
Battlefront Bastion and Rampart are anti-synergistic, so it doesn't. The Rampart will make it not block 3.
So I guess we can block with the Thunderquake.
Yeah.
I guess we can pitch this to Lyath.
Yeah, we will probably pitching the Oasis to Lyath.
Okay, so we pitch the Oasis to Lyath.
And then we're probably blocking with Thunderquake, and then pitching a blue to Rampart. So we can see more cards, basically. And then we're going to pitch the blue to hammer, hold the Steadfast.
Okay,
we can put the Steadfast. Or we can put the Steadfast back into the stack.
So have we played a Steadfast yet?
We have not, but we've also witnessed him putting a lot of power cards back into the deck as well, so maybe we should do the same.
I was like, I don't hate the idea of over pitching to keep the Steadfast for later, because we still have a Withstand, and we have all 3 copies of Steadfast left, so I think we're okay to just kind of stack a little bit here. Keeping cards in the deck seems fine.
Yeah.
Well, this would be great if they didn't already have a Flurry token.
Censor again.
Overcrowded's really good here, right?
Yes, it books for 4. So we're only even at 1 card again. This is perfect. Probably pitch a Ripple away.
Okay, pitch a Ripple away.
And then we're just going to overcrowded Rampart.
I love it. We pay 1. This covers 5.
We give it 1 card to his 1 card. Perfect.
I was like, that's what we want. That's good math for us. And then I guess we can just pitch a Cranial Crush.
You can just send the hammer, or you can send unironically the headbutt for 5.
Oh, do you want to send headbutt for 5?
I don't think so. I was just giving you an option that you could send more than 4 if you wanted to.
Okay.
But I think we want to maintain cards in our deck, so
we can just pitch the Cranial Crush here and just come in for 4. I mean, listen, this was how we did after they banned Winter's Well. This was how we did it. Just Titan's Fist over and over again.
Well, we had to play Anathos and trigger Crown of Seeds and reactions.
Yep. And then they came out with the what was the arm piece? I can't remember what it was called. That you played with
Van Brace
and Anothos was how you beat the mirror.
Yep.
Okay, so they've
just give an example.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll give an example of what I was talking about before. He paid 3 to activate Hala. If you'd have Liars Charmed him, it would have done nothing because it was already triggered.
Oh, okay. So it did not have text there.
Yeah, just to give an example of what I was talking about before.
So this is 4 going in. Does the -3 carry the rest of the turn?
No.
Okay, that would be broken.
That would be insane.
I agree.
We're probably pitching this Ripple away again.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and activate.
And it was on a flurry token, so there will be a follow-up Zenith Blade.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just be efficient, and we can go 3 block with a headbutt and a rampart, and then tunic counter the Oasis, or pitch Liar's Charm to Oasis.
Okay. Just to keep it in the deck, and then I guess we can save the tunic counter for something else.
Yeah, or we can just drag down, take 1 life,
and set this up for
and
value.
then let's set the Oasis down.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like the idea of getting value off of this. Create a flurry token. Oh.
But when this hits, now we're just doing Oasis and drag down.
Okay, so now we get to drag down.
Yep.
Are we using? Are we still going to pitch Liar's Charm, or do we want to arsenal this?
Yeah, so now we are playing the drag down. We want to Arsenal Liar's Charm, so we're going to tune it counter the Oasis.
All right, so respite ourselves, prevent the damage here.
No
Take-
on-hit flurry for you.
You love to see it. Denying them value left and right. 4. Again, my favorite number. All right, and we're just going to arsenal the Liar's Charm.
So now this Liar's Charm's going to sit here until it's efficient.
I love it. Until we
We're
can
waiting
do
for the
something.
CNC, basically.
Ooh, we can ripple this, right? Because this one has
Yep.
2 or more counters. Yep, so we can ripple away.
God, Ripple's so rude.
Oh, it's so good. It is very rude, though. My favorite number is boat. I mean, yeah, 8 go again on hit, destroy your arsenal's not bad, right? That's what I've been told, Rose. So if we activate Lyath, block Rampart, and drag down.
So this has got an on-hit courage token. Depends if you want to let them have a courage token or not.
Okay.
So we can block for 4, activate Lyath with the Rampart and the drag down. You could Quelling Slippers if you wanted to stop the on hit, pitching the Sigil.
Okay.
You could Two-Faced Haze as consideration. I don't think there's many great Two-Faced targets. So we could just, because he was going to Edict, right, and we stopped his Flurry. So
Sure.
he might have a good follow-up. So I think maybe we go Lyath, Rampart, Two-Faced, drag down.
All right. So Lyath, Rampart, Two-Faced. See if they play Remembrance in response. Ooh, okay.
That was a very good. It was a good place to Two-Faced. It's a shame that they already had it.
Command and Conquer, Edict of Steel, Edict of Steel. Okay.
Yeah. I want to get rid of the reaction.
The reaction?
Yeah, because our Ripple Away won't stop this from happening, right? Because Ripple is only action cards.
That's true.
So yeah, I want to get rid of the reaction.
So we know they have an Edict of Steel.
Yep.
Reactions. We're going to play the drag down. And then we're going to overpitch the Sigil here, right?
Yes, you can overpitch the Sigil, or you can play it here, because how many Oasis have we gone through?
We have played 5 Oasis Respite. There's 1 left.
There's only Heart that actually affects it, so I'd probably end up getting the Sigil out of my deck at this point.
Just play it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe start to use our life total as a leverage to maybe rouse the Ancients or something.
Okay.
To try and close this game. We have to be somewhat proactive. Yeah.
All right, so they're down to 18. We're at 28. Okay. We do not have a ripple away,
Nope.
but you said that steadfast will carry over.
Yeah, but I think this might be huge.
Well, steadfast may not carry over then.
Steadfast might just be blocking it and only it.
So this is 8.
8. This hand's not the greatest hand I've ever seen.
This hand feels very awkward.
This might just be a block and move on with our lives kind of hand. So I'd probably pitch the Remembrance to Lyath,
Okay.
and then I'm probably blocking with Gravekeeping Steadfast, and then I'm just gonna bless him when he swings the sword at me again. Is how I'm doing this, I think.
And so we're just not going to utilize Rampart this turn. Oh, let's prevent the Might token blowout. So we get to cover this up, which I mean is pretty good. They attacked us for 8, so it feels like a pretty good place to be. And then this is 5. We can just play the Blessing of Serenity.
Yeah.
Take a couple points. I was worried about an Iron Song activation there. I don't know if there was ever a world where we're supposed to hold the Gravekeeping.
It may be, but I think the Vigor tokens are also quite valuable in this deck.
Okay. Hey, we could snipe a Vigor. I'm just kidding.
So they had a really bad pitch stack, and the Remembrance has sorted this out.
Okay, so the Vigor token lets them do the Path, the Swordmaster's Path. Edict of Steel feels pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, our hand blocks very efficiently in the fact that like we can just go like Steadfast, Withstand, and from there we can just pitch the Battlefront Bastion, or we could pitch the Terrace Under, I suppose.
Yeah, I think we withstand
the first one.
Yeah.
Are we pitching the Disable so that it's close to our Rouse?
Yes.
Okay. And then we get to block like this. I don't think there's a reason to block any other way.
No. So because the Steadfast carries over, no, we're Steadfasted for 100% now. Because Blade Flurried.
Just play it here?
Yes. Because it's going to block 6 no matter what, because of the way the source works.
I guess we can just pitch the Terrace Under?
Yeah.
So there's still 3 prevention left, which is awesome.
So you can either put the Bastion on the chain and block 5 total, take 2, or you can hammer for 3.
Hammering for 3 does not seem great.
They give up how many cards this turn? 1, 2, 3.
They played
Edict,
Path, Edict, and Blade Flurry, so they played 3, and we
give up 2.
Yeah.
So we're matching card for card. They deal 2 damage. I think waiting for a better turn to do something better is probably wise.
Yeah, I was like, just swinging the hammer for 3. What is this?
So it's minuses at the counter, but they make a flurry token.
So we're gonna take 1, and they're gonna set up.
Yeah.
And then, I guess it doesn't matter. We just have to click the sources, and then they have a flurry token for later.
Yeah, when they draw a card to get another arsenal, basically. So they gave up an extra card than us.
Okay, I mean that's good for us.
Yep.
Okay. So my immediate reaction is pitch the charm to Lyath, and then we can block Headbutt, Fiddlers,
And Blessing.
and Blessing, and then we can hammer for 4.
Yeah.
Because they have played 2 Command and Conquer, so the likelihood of them having the last one seems unlikely, but I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible, but we can't play around it, I don't think.
Sure. Are we going to use
She can go
Tunic for
Headbutt,
Rampart?
Fiddler's Green. Yeah, I was going to say Tunic for Rampart with Fiddler's Green and Headbutt seems pretty good here. I mean, if you do CNC us, we can Blessing match or block 6. Like,
Yep.
we're not entirely screwed.
Sure. We still have some follow-up here. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I'd like him to just attack us for 5, we block 3 and send 4. Seems like a really good trade for us. There might be a reaction behind this, but we can't do anything about it. It's the Flurry one again. This card's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's solid. Fits the bill in this matchup really well.
This is a slightly. This feels more anti-fatigue than what I've played against in the past. So
I was
is a
like,
good test.
I've not seen a list that was so heavy fatigue from from Hala yet. So this is interesting game to play.
It's good. I'm enjoying it because I'm also learning now.
Sure. Getting a lot of Dynamo's value down to 15.
Yeah, they start to lose this game the moment they have to start blocking. And we just want to be healthy enough to rouse the Ancients them to finish them off.
Sure. So they sharpen and unsheath.
With a Flurry token. And the versus trigger.
They did pitch a Blade Flurry early that they've probably it's probably in hand, is what I'm thinking.
It got shuffled, remember, because of the remembrance.
Oh, that's true. Yep, and a remembrance. So let's see. This
We have no way of tracking.
7 go again. We do have some good block.
So this is probably Blessing, drag down, pitching Heart to Rampart.
Okay. So we can wait on the Lyath activation.
Yeah, we don't need it yet.
Pitching
Wait
Heart.
for information.
It does not have an effect. Drag down. Blessing.
Time to assess which is more important in this matchup, Rouse or Terra Sunder. Because we're going to block with one of them.
Okay, so we just had a question. Would drag down negate unsheath? And it does not because it's when this attacks. And drag down's a reaction.
Yeah.
So what do you think is better to block with here? Both of these cards are good.
Both these cards are incredible. Terra Sunder is awkward because of Dynamos, but is also incredible because we have Wise Charm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to get a chance to play 3 Rouses. So I think my instinct is to Lyath, block with Rouse, take 2 and swing with pitching Terra Sunder.
Okay.
He's also just pitched a total line, so Terra Sunder's probably less good, but we definitely need some sort of Terra Sunder in the end game to strip him of cards.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
So maybe having a variety of both is good, because I know we've got a Rouse down there, so now we're following up with a Terra Sunder down there.
Okay. I mean, being able to go Rouse into Terra Sunder would be very powerful.
Yes. Or just even the follow-up of a Rouse turn is Terra Sunder.
Okay.
This happened last time.
We're finally back. It's a liar's
that doesn't matter.
So
yeah. It's just going to reveal an instant. Oh, look, Lyath is below Lyath.
Now we
I
just
somehow don't think our Commander Conk is just going to force extra blocks now for the fun of it.
which is
face up.
that's fine though.
Exactly. So we're behind on cards, in a way, only just. They're on, 31, and we're on 29.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get them blocking our weapon before hand, that's when it starts to level out. Then they do less damage then.
Okay, so this is 5 go again. If we let's see,
There's no Arsenal.
So Command and Conquer not really getting a lot of value here.
No.
2 cards have came out of their deck so far. This does have on hit courage token.
So we can activate Lyath, block with Command and Conquer Rampart, and activate Life's Charm on ourselves.
Okay, so that we get the buff.
Yep.
We do not want to discard. That is the real value of this.
And then Gravekeeping blocks 3. And then we pitch the power play to Hammer for 5 and Arsenal to Command and Conquer.
Okay.
You could have done it alternatively by blocking 1 extra but attacking for 1 extra. For 1 less. It was the trade-off. Because you could have blocked for 4 with the power play and pitched the 1 cost the Titan's Fist. So it would have been for 4, not 5, because it cost 1.
Oh, okay, sure. So we're getting less offense, but we're getting more defense to like keep our life total healthy.
Yeah, that's the alternative line here. We chose more offense than defense. Oh.
I mean, this hand feels really good. Please have a weird one. Please have a weird one.
So I think if it's a lot of power coming out of this turn, it's probable that we're going to block, release the Command and Conquer from the arsenal, and set the Rouse.
Okay. Looks like this turn's going to be pretty powerful. They have
Good enough,
an
I think.
Edict and a Sharp Incline or a Sharpen Incline. So this is for 5.
On hit courage.
Is this a probably not a gauntlet?
This could be a gauntlet turn.
So if we start by activating Lyath, we're going to Arsenal the Rouse so we can pitch the
Terrasunder.
Terrasunder away, activating Lyath. And then we can block Disable and Gauntlet here.
Yeah.
I forget we have to block with this. This is not a reaction. I've been playing Quick Dodge Flexors too long.
Then we block 3, and then Tunic the Rampart, take 1, send 4 with the Command and Conquer Arsenal Rouse.
I hate they're not on an Arsenal here, but
this is the second time they've not Arsenal.
Yep.
So your opponent just might be an aware individual.
That's very possible.
And props for opponent for being aware, so we'll just change the tactic. And hopefully at some point there'll be no flurry token.
I'm hoping they like. I mean, how many edicts have they played? They've played 7.
Yes.
There's only 2
7.
blue ones left.
Yeah. Took damage again. Oh, play an edict. We've got to ripple away. It's fine. Oh.
There's a blue edict. Okay. So they blocked with a provoke. They pitched a provoke last turn.
Is this a CNC follow-up? I want
They
to
do
know
have
what.
one.
They have one left, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to no block this.
Okay.
I think no blocking this is fine. And then we can, if he just passes, okay, he's gone. But time to just steadfast Oasis. This was the alternative about a hand that gave us so much flexibility.
We'll pitch the Ripple and the Bastion.
Yeah. Because his hand activated Rouse by pitching Ripple and showing the Cranial Crush on the battlefront.
Sure.
But it also defended CNC by pitching a blue and steadfasting, protecting the Rouse. It doesn't matter which one you pitched.
I was like, yeah, they both turn on, so that works.
And they reacted and we could block 9, so.
Okay. And then they don't get to attack again, so we're going to activate Lyath. Have the Might.
Hammer for 4. Yep.
And then back to full reliable.
Yep. The good thing about that turn as well is they took 3 on the hammer for because they wanted to do that turn.
Oh, sure.
Didn't give us a card. So they're picking their turns where not to give cards, but it worked out better for us, I think, that turn cycle, because they dealt more and we dealt 3. And they didn't get a Violent Dynamo trigger either.
I was like, yeah, them not resetting Dynamo is really cool. And plus, like, the more damage, like, you know, like we're making Rouse is just getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Like the longer this game goes on, because now they're like down to 9. I mean, how many D-Reacts have they played? They've played 3 Sink Belows and 2 Shelters.
I think they've played 2 total lines. They've got 1 left.
Yeah, they pitched 1 earlier. So let's see. Yeah, there's 1 Toad in the line and probably 1 Shelter. I'm assuming they're on all of them.
Yes, I would presume so too.
I said close to an hour. You said, yeah, probably. It's been about 50 minutes. It's turned 21.
So they're attacking for 4 going in. So the good thing about this hand is it will turn on Rouse by holding 3 cards.
Okay.
1 to pitch, 2 to reveal. So we're going to pitch the Ripple away to Lyath. And we're going to block 4. With the Disable. We're going to block with the Disable and the Rampart.
No CNC follow-up, please.
If he does CNC, time to put the 2 Cranial Crushes in front of it. That's just damage.
Okay, so this is fine. We're just going to take 4 here.
He pitched a Blade Flurry. Definitely need to be aware of that.
Yep.
No Dynamo trigger. Time to send Rouse for 8 going in. We get to offer lethal this turn.
So this is 8 go again. I love this so much. Are we going to Arsenal the Cranial Crush or just hang on to the second one?
We are just going to hold the second one.
Okay.
I do like not activating Lyath sometimes and using the spare blue here to do it on this turn. But I think blocking efficiently was really good last turn. So. This is a card or 3 health. There we go. Down to 4. The next Rouse is going to be really good.
So we are going to skip our Arsenal. We do have a hand that works with Rouse here.
We do. Funnily enough, we actually have Rouse into Terror Sunder because we can pitch Remembrance and Tunic. The Rouse, show Disable Cranial Crush and follow up with a Terror Sunder Titan's Fist.
So are we just starting with no blocks here?
Well, we are full send.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think this is the time where we try and take the game off them.
I mean, we're still okay just taking 9 here, right?
Yes.
It's not 0, so that's fine.
Yep. We've kind of committed at this point. If this is a bad decision, you just blame me.
So we're going to start with Tunic and Remembrance to play the Rouse. So that
Show
we can
Disable Cranial Crush.
Yeah. Because we have to do it this way so that we have enough to reveal and then still play the Terra Sunder.
Yes.
And hopefully they don't have
Obviously,
that last toe the line.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they just played the
Fortunately,
shelter, so...
But they have to commit 2 cards regardless, because they're just dead to this rouse. So then we close the combat chain, then we just do the terrace on the thing.
If you don't have the toe the line, this is a blowout.
Unsheathed could take. We pitch Heart to Lyath. And then we're going to terrace on there again.
And
The other
Arsenal the
alternative
Charm.
was sending... We also could have just pitched 3 cards to Macho Grande and then Lyath Charm that as well.
Ooh.
But I like them... If they have to take one, I'd rather them take one on a terrace on the Dominate than a Macho Grande.
Okay. So... Are we going to Arsenal the Liar's
We're going
Charm?
to Arsenal the Lyath Charm if it's not lethal.
Okay, so this is 5. No toe the line. 1 time, please.
So we just pass. We do not need to play it.
Hey, let's go.
There we go.
The thing that I love about this so much is they've had this Blade Flurry stuck in their deck or in their arsenal for so many turns that they couldn't do anything with.
Because the Rippleaways stop so many flurry tokens, and then they have to pitch their reactions down. And then once they run out of flurry generators, it's just a case of they just become a bad warrior at that point.
I was like, yeah, they couldn't really pressure us a lot. I mean, the Swordmaster Shine was like really their best thing late in the game, which is like kind of crazy to think about. Also, Liam, anytime we win a game around here, I have this really fun button over here I hit that puts confetti all over the screen because we win a game. Oh, I also have a fun button if we lose. Don't worry.
No, we don't lose around here. It's fine.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Oh, that was a blast. I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. I won't lie. This deck's a lot of fun.
It's just full of so many decisions. So many decisions.
That's what I like about it. Is playing like the Fatigue Victor deck, I do think is a little stale at times because you're literally just blocking and looking for a state.
Yeah.
But I really like the idea of this deck that has a lot of decision points. Like you're really rewarded for knowing the ins and outs of the deck, which is how I felt about Oldham back in the day.
Yes.
Who is our next victim? How are we into gravy? Oh, RKO.
This is an also real grind.
Another real grind. You love to see it.
This is a very long matchup.
RKO. Okay, perfect. Are we on the full 71 here?
We are play everything again.
Play everything again. I'm in.
Yep.
So these don't count, right? As being sixes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
I was like, yeah, that is sad.
So your choices are you can block with 2/3 locks, activate Lyath, and Lyath Charm, so you block 8. And that way you're also going to create 2 Might tokens for your next turn.
Okay.
Or you just activate Lyath, block 7, and take 1. One gives up 2 cards, one gives up 3 cards. One gives you 2 Might for your attack. You really want to keep your life total high versus RKO at first.
Okay.
Because all the good cards trigger off being higher, right?
So is Ripple Away is probably not super relevant in this matchup, I imagine.
I don't think it's that relevant.
So we can pitch away the headbutt.
Yep.
And then we can block Ripple, Overcrowded, and I guess we can give this 2. It's not going to change anything.
It won't change anything though.
I was like, we're already going to cover the value with the Liar's Charm. So this triggers, we play this, we're going to remove the hero abilities, we're going to target ourselves. Oh, dude, Nicholas, GG's, man. That was a really good game. The Terrace Unders were really good down the stretch. All right, so we cover this. Hey.
Command and Conquer for 5. It's kind of shame now because that was the other alternative, right? We take 1 and we get to Command and Conquer Liar's Charm.
Oh, that would have been so good.
But also, if we drew another blue here instead of the Sigil Solace, we could have roused for 9.
Oh, that would have been good.
So there was like ups and downs to both of these. I would probably, I think attacking the Command and Conquer for 5 is the best play. Pitching the rouse to the late game.
Are we gonna play the Sigil or are we gonna pitch it?
I think we're gonna Arsenal the Sigil.
Okay.
I would underpitch the drag down.
Okay. And then we can pitch the rouse.
The reason why we want, I don't know whether just holding the Sigil is better or just playing it, because you kind of like punking their plays when they do mocking blow stuff.
Sure, that's fair. That makes sense.
But also putting a power play in Arsenal is actually quite powerful. Oh wait, it's just Sirens anyway. So I would just Sigil now. It's more efficient.
Okay. And then we just get the Arsenal to power play and set up?
Yeah. We draw a Terrace on, that's great. Get his armor off him early. Or we just send another power play. Right, there's no pummel on this.
So we can... Is this as weird as I think it is, or am I having a stroke?
No, this is awkward, shall we say.
Because of all the things we can do, it doesn't feel like we can do it all and...
You can do it all, apart from block with the Fiddler's Green. So we pitch Fiddler's Green drag down to Lyath. And then we block with Battlefront Bastion to get the 2 block out of our deck. Because it'll block 3. And then the Blessing won't stop the 1 prevention. It'll just add to it.
Okay. Because we're not technically blocking with this.
Yeah. So you were blocking 3, and we do this. We block 6. Keep our power play, and then we send it for 7.
Perfect. So we get to maintain our life, which is good. And the more pressure we can apply, the better chance we have of them being lower life than us, which seems pretty powerful.
Yeah, rather than trying to fight for it the hard. Because like it's really hard to block them out when they're sending looking for scraps into like strongest survives and stuff.
Okay.
Pummels will come and get you, so we have to really be careful of the pummels. Like trading our CNCs for their pummels, like really good.
Okay.
But again, this is also what we're on turn like 2, and already our decision turn 0 was probably incorrect because we drew the CNC to play the Lies Charm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all this is why I love this deck so much, because every decision just matters.
Yeah, no, I mean it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so they're gonna stay the same here. Oh, Rose has a question. How do we feel about this into gravy? I feel like I started to ask you this a minute ago and like I got sidetracked or something, but
So in my testing before what should I say, before Rotterdam, I was beating gravies, just fatiguing them. So you want to pitch probably an overcrowded, and we're just gonna hammer.
we're gonna overpitch one of the respites here.
Yeah, we'll stick the Oasis back down.
Okay.
Probably stick the. I don't know if we'll probably stick the yellow one back down.
Okay.
And then if he has a mocking blow, we're gonna respond with our Oasis to gain a life to turn off the mocking blow.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, I was beating gravies in my testing. Oh, okay, we're not doing that.
Well,
And so I was finding it like quite reasonable without Midas touch. And then Evan Tangy, I played against Evan Tangy in round 8 of the call-in, and through my own probable bad decision making and him having a second remembrance, it became quite hard because it was like 6 Conquerors and 2 Whalers. So it's a tough matchup, but I think it can be good.
so how do you feel about Hitch Heart to Lyath, block with Overturn the Results and Rampart, and then we can use Tunic for the Yellow Oasis Respite, and then we can throw CNC for 4.
Yeah, that's fine, I think. And then we can Remembrance Command and Conquer back in if we need it later.
Okay.
Or we can turn our Liar's Charms into Terror on the targets. Both are valuable.
Okay.
You kind of want to leave the Liar's Charm as a... You need targets for Liar's Charm, I think. But I think sending the Command and Conquer is fine. We also gain 2 health back. Close the gap a bit.
Kind of weird
me
that
and
the current score is 50 to 45, but
me and Dave played this at local armory, and I'm pretty sure we're both over 50 at one point, still slogging it out for like until we had like 20 cards left in our deck, and then Dave finally gave up.
oh, that's so funny.
But I have beat Competent Gravies, like but it's just a hard matchup. You have to learn it inside out, get your sideboarding correct.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, like Gravy is one of those decks that has a very good like natural angle against decks like this. And so like it can be tough to find those windows sometimes for sure.
Yeah. Right, what does this card do? When this attacks area removal, card boos you. We don't like this card anymore.
Let's see.
We pitched a pummel.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Okay.
So is this just coming for 8?
They had a might token. So
9?
So this is gonna be for 9.
So we withstand pitching Gravekeeping?
And then are we going to block Rampart and Fiddler's Green?
Yeah.
And then we can overpitch the second Respite. And
The
just
hammer for 3, yeah.
and just attack for 3. Okay.
Yeah. So we go back up to 47.
Getting closer.
We're getting closer. And we have 48 on the board because of the Oasis is going to be in the arsenal.
Sure.
We have sigils about... So what's the Fiddler Green sigil comparison between both graveyards?
We have seen 1 Fiddler's Green and 1 Sigil, and they have seen 3 Fiddler's Green and 1 Sigil.
So actually we're ahead. We just need to get it actually back on the board as a head before his cards run us over with too much value.
Yeah, that makes sense. We don't want to let Mocking Blow hit like too many times or something.
Yes. Or give up too many cards to stop it from doing so much damage. Oh, look, Sigil. You could have wasted Rampart this.
That's what I was thinking, is like this just feels like a pretty easy, like we get to Oasis, target ourselves, pitching this. And because we have the 2 Blessings of Serenity, we're in a pretty clean spot here. It feels like.
Yeah.
We're going to play this now.
Sigil. Yep.
Are we going to block with the Macho and Arsenal one of the Blessings, or are we more interested in hammering?
I think I would let him activate RKO and then probably double blessing it because it goes to 6, right? Or 5? Is it 5? If it's 5, it's Macho Blessing, Arsenal Blessing. If it's 6, it's double blessing. So is it +4? It's +4. So I think we just put Macho down, Blessing of Serenity, and then Arsenal the Blessing.
And take 1.
Which you won't be taking 1, you'll be blocking 2, then preventing 3.
Well, the boo's not really relevant, right? They're going to make it 6.
Oh no, yeah, true. Oh, if it's 6, then you just double Blessing and Hammer.
Okay, so we can just say no blocks here.
Yep. Where's my lever hanging?
So this happens. We double Blessing of Serenity, which is hilarious. Prevent this. Swing the hammer.
This way.
All right, and now we're ahead, so all their mocking blows are turned off, which is really nice. The main thing about playing this versus Liam was every mocking blow / big bully, I had to stop and say any response.
I think someone asked in chat before why Lyath over Pleiades or Huntsman.
Okay.
Why Lyath over any other Guardian, in my opinion, is you get an extra value out of your cards. So if you used to draw 4 cards all block 3, and Lyath draws 5 cards all block 3, your hero ability, your Rampart ability to pay for Rampart because it goes for the ability, it gets you 1 value per every 2 turns. Is the main difference. Because a normal Guardian will go block 3, block 3, block 3, hammer for 4. Whereas Lyath can go block 3, block 3, block 3, put a Rampart in front of it, hammer for 4. Whereas the other Guardians can only do that with a tunic counter, which is why I prefer Lyath doing it.
Okay. So they roll a Scabs and hit a 5. And they lead on Command and Conquer.
The follow-up probably... I hope the follow-up's a Claw, to be honest.
Sure.
It could be a 2 for 8 from Arsenal, which would be really bad. How do we block this? I think I don't think I have an answer for this. This is a hard one.
If we block Fiddler's Green, Cranial Crush, and Rampart on the first one, we're blocking 5.
Taking 1. That's good. I think only taking 1's good.
Because it doesn't turn on like a big bully or anything for the second one.
Yeah, no mocking blow follow-up either.
Then we activate Lyath. So we are blocking 5 here. We're going to take 1. And then if they do send a follow-up here, we can block with Battlefront Bastion and set the Liar's Charm.
Yep, I agree.
Holy life totals, Batman. I thought Count Your Blessings was banned. Yo, Trent, tell me about it. Okay, so Just Claw is pretty good.
Yep. Let me just block with the Bastion and let the Fiddler's Green take us back up.
Yep. I like the idea of Fiddler's Green putting us in a better place here. We go back to 52.
We do have to be careful at some point. This is also a matchup where we can lose the card race.
Sure.
So we have to find ways to be efficient. He didn't roll. This is pummel all over, right?
Yeah, he did not roll. He just immediately played. So this screams pummel.
So we don't have an out to the pummel except for
blocking 10.
Two-Faced. It can be Two-Faced is an out if it's not an Arsenal.
Well, if it was an Arsenal, he would have played it on the last Command and Conquer last turn, right?
There you go. So I think we just withstand Two-Faced. is probably what I would do.
Pitch the
I would pitch the
Rouse.
Lies Charm.
Oh, okay.
You'll get the Lies Charm down as well.
And then we get to Rampart, Two-Faced. We can pitch the Rouse here.
Yeah.
It's Two-Faced to get this out of the way now. Discard.
That's not what I expected his hand to do.
We can take the outside interference.
Does this just become Big Bully / Mocking Blow later? So we're taking a Mocking Blow now, or we take a Big Bully later? I think we just take the interference, take the blue off him.
Interesting. He had a yellow pummel last turn and didn't play it.
That's fine. We can quality slippers our way out of this.
We just have to turn them on, right?
Yep. Praise the slippers.
I was like, dude, slippers are actually insane.
And then we tunic Lyath. And then we swing the hammer.
Are we gonna play the sigil?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Gives a little bit of breathing room versus some of his bigger turns.
Having to give up 2 pieces of equipment did not feel great there.
So the Two-Faced isn't great in the matchup. There isn't really that many good targets.
Okay.
For it anyway. And again, slippers aren't fantastic. It's very rare that you're going to block more than one on their turns. Sometimes they go wide, but it's kind of awkward to block
Okay.
wide while trying to stay higher on life totals.
Must have a D-react here. Sure. So they're gonna sink.
Yeah, we've seen the sink below off the Two-Faced.
Yep. They do put a card to the bottom. We're gonna go to 55.
There we go. Command and Conquer, Liar's Charm.
I was like, we do have the interaction, which is really nice. How many CNCs have we seen from them? 2. So
Do you want to block 4, take 1?
block with Overturn and Rampart?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start here like this. Down to 54. Sand packing.
Boo.
Interesting. Are we playing this in response?
Oh, this is difficult. So if we play in response, we can make our Command and Conquer block 4.
Yep.
Then we hammer the 5 Arsenal Oasis.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably the play we have to do. So either that'll block 6, and then we end up with an Oasis and a Liar's Charm, which is not good for us. Oh, that Sand Packing was brutal. That's probably the worst card we could have seen.
I was like, Sand packing feels like it hurts pretty bad right here. All right, we block 4, take 2. We're still up on life. We're going to crash the boards for 5 and then set up an Oasis as a protection.
Yeah.
This has been an interesting game.
It's a real back and forth life game battle, card density battle.
We're definitely losing on cards right now.
He has Remembrance already.
Was there Remembrance already? Okay. And we have 2?
We have 2.
So we're still doing okay.
Yeah. Have we got targets?
We've should have plenty of good stuff. I mean, we have all of our Command and Conquerors. Like, we have a power play.
With 2 Liar's Charms in the bin, I think we might try and do some Rouse the Ancients remembrancing, I think, this game.
Okay.
I think at some point we're going to give up this battle for life total and we're just going to have to smash his face in.
Okay. I mean, we can respite from hand and just block with Rampart, take 1.
So you'd be taking...
Or we take 0 if I played the 1 from hand.
Play... I think taking none is better than taking 1.
So we can just play this, block Rampart.
Yep.
Pitch the Macho.
Like, he no-blocked for a reason, right? So this is probably an 8 follow-up. It's strongest survive, we're kind of sad. That's fine, we're just steadfasters. 1 card for 1 card.
Yep. We can pitch the Thunderquake.
The 8.
Take 2.
Yep.
And then hammer for 3.
Yep.
I walk away for 10 minutes and someone's over 50. We were both over 50 a minute ago, Rose. You missed it.
It's an interesting back and forth, this game. This specific matchup.
This matchup seems really interesting. I've played it a lot for, like, as Victor, and like my objective is always to like find something early that puts them below me and then just like try to keep beating their face in. Ooh, activate Tunic on... Oh, I was like, on my turn. I was like, what? I was
This
like,
is
yo.
looking for a scrap.
It's like, bro's cooking.
Oh, there we go. Dice rolling.
All right. I mean, I guess we'll just wait. Block, ripple away Rampart, pitch.
So what does Kayo make this?
It would go to
Kayo makes this 11?
6. It would go to 6 and then +4, so it'd be 10.
10. So we could just withstand pitching the ripple away. And then we're gonna put the Rampart in front of this.
Okay.
Pay for it.
And then we get to Lyath.
And then we activate the KO. Yeah. And then we get to set the power play, I think.
Okay. I like setting the power play a lot. I wasn't even thinking about the KO activation. So we're gonna respite ourselves. We'll pitch a Terrace Under.
Yep.
Activate Lyath. Cover this up entirely. Stay above 50, which is a ridiculous sentence to say out loud in general, but still. Yo, let's go, Allie, with the 32 months over on YouTube. Allie, thank you so much for the 32 months. I appreciate it. Let's add one more to the tally. We are at 352 or 353 after that one. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate it. All right, this is for 4. Gets met with a shelter. And they play a lot of, like, the defense reaction, sink, shelter. I've seen some on Fate.
Yeah.
Yo, is this hand Rouse? Oh, come on. Oh, that's fine. You can have a take backsies. Oh.
Oh, roll a 1.
I was like, please roll a 1. I would love to go 7 into power play.
This is the first Remembrance Tree, right?
We have not. We pitched one, I think, earlier.
So we could pitch Rouse, block with Overturn, Disable.
That's what I was thinking.
And then and then we pitched the Thunderquake to power play for 7, set the Remembrance.
Yeah. I like that line. I like that line. Oh, let's go. Trent with 29 months over on YouTube. Trent, thank you so much for the 29 months, dog. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Let's throw another one on the list. Wait, what?
And why?
No, that's not cash
This
money of
game's-
you.
This game was interesting.
No, opponent. Come on. That's not fun. They still had multiple ones. Yeah, they had multiple ones. Well, that sucks. I mean, I guess technically, confetti, we won that game. Feels...
I would like to have seen how this game played out, because it's quite hard to see at this moment in time. I think we're ahead.
Yeah.
Their armor is lacking. I think the moment we start Rouse the Ancients and Terra Sundering them, it becomes really interesting.
I think we were in a pretty good spot there. I think we were in a pretty good spot, all things considered. I mean, I hate we didn't get to play out the rest of that game. I felt like, I don't know, like that it was just a lot of back and forth. That game was really cool. I was enjoying that. Trent, thank you for the 27 months on Twitch as well, and Allie, thank you for the 13 months on Twitch as well. I see. We set a goal in mind, and here comes all the Prime subs. Cost you nothing. Cost me my nationals, or maybe you guys pick my deck and I win nationals. Who knows?
Imagine the content for that.
If chat picks my deck and I win nationals, I may never play Flesh and Blood again. I'm going out on top. Like that's the end of my Flesh and Blood content journey. Oh man. Liam, thank you so much for being here today and being a part of the stream. This has been an absolute blast to play this deck. I'm really going to work on this and like see if this is something that, if I don't get to the 500 goals, something that I would consider playing at Nats myself.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, absolutely, man. You've been a blast every time you've been on the channel. I know last time we did like a recorded video was actually Nats last year, right? It was post Nats last year. You played Victor.
Yep.
Yep, I remember. So last year when we did our video together, I asked you if you had one piece of advice for Victor players out there, what would you leave them with? Now this year, if you have one piece of advice you would leave for Lyath players if they're going to pick up your deck, what would it be?
Oh, this is so much harder. Victor's so much more simple. What would I suggest to be? If someone's going to pick up my deck, what would I do? Probably, I think play it. I think go and lose. I think if you want to play my deck, go and lose, because you'll learn far more from playing my deck and losing than I would telling you how to play my deck. I think.
Okay.
It's a deck. It's like chess. It's like you. The more you play, the more you learn. The more you adapt, and the more you play against better players, you'll understand how to defend certain openings and stuff like that. In this deck, you'll make so many mistakes when you first start that you'll get punished for them. You'll never make them again, and you'll make multiple different ones into different heroes. And the more you play it, the more it'll just be refined, and the more you'll understand. And then the moment you start winning, you'll feel so achieved. Because playing with instants is so much more different than playing with sync blow. I know it's kind of the same thing, but there's so much more planning that goes into how you want to defend, how you attack. You've had multiple games already today where like you've lost very minute points of value just by a simple decision that you didn't know was going to be consequential until like 3 turns later. So I think just play it, go lose, go learn, and go have fun.
No, I mean that makes a lot of sense. You know, like I have said multiple times that when someone builds a deck and you hand me their deck list, I am not going to play it as well or even sideboard correctly a lot of the times because I don't know your thought process. So I feel like taking your deck list, but then going out and learning, like having that adventure on my own where I am growing into the deck and learning things about it, will really put me in a better position to do well at a calling, a pro quest, like whatever it is. I think you're going to be in a better position to do well.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, dude, awesome. Liam, again, thank you so much for being here. Chat, thank you guys for being here and hanging out today. Thank you guys for all the subs, the gifted subs. Truly, it means a lot. I cannot thank you all enough for it. Sorry, you can't. Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, I guess I'm running out of words here at the end of the stream. Oh, well, man, guys, thanks for hanging out. Have a good one and take it easy, guys. I will see you guys on Monday. We'll be doing a Jakarta recap stream. Take it easy, guys. Full